A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
All right, welcome to Bobcat Gymnasium. Kevin Gerber alongside Travis Bomengen today. You might notice that my voice sounds slightly different from what it normally does, so I'm going to battle through a little bit of a different voice tonight, so I appreciate you bearing with me today. Appreciate those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO and those of you streaming live tonight with YouTube on the Wild Today channel. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications as we get ready to get started here. It is senior night, so we're celebrating the two Lady Cat seniors, Ruth Ann Johnson and JC Bassey, celebrating them tonight for senior night. And then also those of you watching on YouTube, you'll notice a lot of pink in the crowd and everything, and so they're doing a fundraiser and a celebration of the T-town Cancer Crusaders tonight as well. So a lot going on, a lot to celebrate, and pretty exciting to see some Lady Cat basketball. So as we get going here in the Gotchi pregame show, Travis, what do you have down as you're frantically writing some keys to the game? No, just kidding. But what do you see as some keys to the game tonight?
Well, Kevin, as I always kind of do, I like to go through some of the stats, comparing the two teams. Thermopolis is coming in 3-16, Lovell coming in 13-7. But as you look at some of the percentages, we're pretty close. Thermopolis with their three-point shots is 21%, Lovell's at 23%. Thermopolis is 34 on their twos, Lovell's at 38%. Free throws are about 10% better at 50% than we are. Points per game, we got 35 a game, and they're averaging 42. They out-rebound us by 7 at 32, out-assist us. They do have 6 more steals a game than we do, and then their foul counts a little bit less, but turnovers they have 22. So the last time we played was the 7th of February. Score was 39-50, but as you probably remember, it was a closer game than that. The girls kind of battled back towards the end and were trying to kind of be scrappy, steal the ball, had to foul a little bit. So some of that 11 points was more sending them to the free throw line towards the end. So it was actually a closer game. So keys to the game, you know, number one, we got to hustle on both ends of the floor. We've seen kind of an improvement. We had a great game against Warland last week, and then Lander was a little bit rough, you know, with some of the post-Warland game, you know, either fatigue or, you know, just being tired. So I'm hopeful that they can pick up the energy that they had in Warland and kind of, you know, do that on both ends of the floor. Next number, it's senior night. I expect the seniors to kind of step up and hopefully perform to the best they can. And if we can get some good production on both ends of the floor from them, and hopefully then the younger girls can kind of feed off of that and kind of move us in the right direction. And then continuing with what we've talked about, you know, really working on the changes they've made in the press and some of the changes they've made in the offense. It just made us, I think, a better team the last 3 weekends. Right.
No, I agree with you. And those are great. You know, the Edward Jones keys to the games presented by Travis Winger. Thanks, Travis, for those. And I agree with you. I think, you know, we have a lot to build on. They've just increasingly got better and better and better. The JV girls actually came out. I can't recall how they did against Lovell the last time, but the JV girls came up and got a 1-point win. They had a good battle at the end there. And the other thing I think that kind of played into that game a little bit, not to make excuses for our Cats at all, but, you know, it was a makeup game and it was on a Tuesday, so they had one practice to kind of prep for the game. is a really important game because it is, in our quadrant. So again, I think, kind of with a full week of practices now, and now they've been able to kind of game plan better because they had those big games against Lyman and Mountain View leading up to that game. So really one day of planning plus a road trip up on a Tuesday. I mean, all of those things, I can make excuses for anybody if they'll let me. So, a lot of those things happening too, are good for us to think about. And I'm sure Coach Edwards for Lovell, I'm sure he's probably talked about that a little bit, to expect, some different things with these girls too, because they've played a lot better, I think, over the week. So it'll be exciting to see how they do. So again, that's the Edward Jones Keys to the Game presented by Travis Winger. Appreciate all of our sponsors, and we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back to finish up the Gotchi pregame show right after this.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
All right, welcome back here for the Gotchi pregame show. Again, just a couple minutes here as they're finishing up with their pregame warm-ups, and between the Lovell Lady Bulldogs and the Thermopolis Lady Cats. This will be the final home game for both our Lady Cats and our Bobcats as we're finishing up regular season this week. Tonight against Lovell, and then our last conference game tomorrow up in Powell against the Panthers there. And then that'll get everybody seated and everything ready for regionals the next weekend in Mountain View. So it'll be a long journey down there to get set up and play. I believe right now the Lady Cats are set up to play, I think they're set up to play against Lyman on that side, and then depending on how this weekend goes, it'll kind of depend on how the boys, if they end up playing either Lander or Lyman most likely, unless there's a big shakeup otherwise. So really the boys team has to win tonight and tomorrow in order to get the third seed, but right now they're sitting in that fourth seed. So it looks like we're going to get ready for the national anthem and the starting lineups, and we'll be right back after this for the starting lineups.
I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, That's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit. Because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
All right, and welcome back to the Gotchi pregame show here, and we're going to announce the Sutherland starting lineups for the Bobcat Lady Cats. We have number 2, Dazzlin Hunt, back into the lineup after a couple games out with an ankle injury, so good to see her back. Senior number 3, JC Bassey, celebrating senior night tonight. Number 5, Cameron Farrell. Number 10, JC Owsley, both of them being our freshman leaders here. And then another senior leader, 23, Ruth Ann Johnson. For the Lady Bulldogs here, we have number 4, Kennedy Rail. Number 10, Amy Newman. 11, Lily Edwards. Number 15, Libby Mickelson. And number 30, Kaylee Owens. And that will be your Sutherland starting lineups. And that will complete our Gotchi pregame show as we get ready here to start Lady Bobcat basketball. And Travis, a lot of energy in the gym tonight with just kind of the festivities going on. We have the cheerleaders here, also have the band playing as well, and kind of exciting to have the gym kind of full and a lot of energy in it.
Well, you got that, and you got the pink out night as well, plus the senior night, so yeah, I agree with you. We definitely have a little bit more energy across the board.
Jump ball there between Mickelson and Johnson. A little scrum here on the ground. JC Bassey almost picks it up, and then it goes to Kaylee Owens. And shot is up by Edwards, and Edwards is definitely not afraid to shoot the ball. She shot a number of threes. Didn't have a lot go down in the first contest between these two, but definitely caught fire a little bit more in the second half of that game. Dazzlin Hunt with it here. You'll also notice a difference in this game between the Lady Bulldogs and Lady Cats, that the camera work will be a little bit better because Travis is here to help me. I tried to run it solo and didn't do quite as good of a job as he does. So pass out to JC Owsley. JC Owsley at the top of the key.
Ooh,
oh, man,
everything
in and
but
out.
in.
And a good hustle play there by the Lady Cats. And looks like the ball will go off of the Lady Bulldogs. So it'll stay Lady Cats underneath their hoop. Dazzlin Hunt calling the play in here. And as they run their out-of-bounds play, looks like Dazzlin Hunt's going to pass it to Ruth Ann. Oh, she little jump pass there. Tries to pass it in to JC Owsley. It does get tipped away by Mickelson, so it'll go out of bounds. Almost had probably a 10-foot, one little, dribble in and a 10-foot jump shot right there, but tried to get it in a little closer. Ruth Ann Johnson takes it out of bounds. Oh, gets it right back from Dazzlin Hunt and up and good. What a great play there.
Yeah, that's nice to see that senior get the first score of the night in the gym.
Yeah. Oh, and then a foul there by J.C. Bassey.
Unfortunately, also a senior getting the first foul.
That's right.
So they want to get all the first out of the way, Kevin.
That's right, absolutely. No, both seniors have played some really good basketball here as of late and have played key roles in a lot of their games here. Pass will come out to Amy Newman. You'll hear me say her name a lot because she does run the offense for Lady Bulldogs. Edwards will pass it up to Mickelson up at the top of the key. Looks like there's going to be a kind of a fight inside here, or a battle for position inside, I should say. Looks like that'll be on J.C. Owsley. It'll be her first, team's second foul.
This is a new ref crew. I don't know if I've seen these guys this year. Have you, Kevin?
I know the two gentlemen. I know them. They're from a little bit north, I think, is where they usually come from. Dazzlin Hunt with the steal there from Owens. Dazzlin Hunt, good pass up to Ruth Ann Johnson. Oh, unable to control it, has to save it. Does go into Owens. Owens gets it over to Newman, and Newman will dribble it up the middle of the court. She's going to dribble with her left hand. Good shot up, no good. Owens gets an offensive board over Dazzlin Hunt. J.C. Bassey with the steal. She'll try to pass it in to Dazzlin, and ball get knocked away by Mickelson.
Well, and Owens, she's their leading scorer and their leading rebounder, and she's actually not that tall, Kevin. So kind of a surprising thing. I think she's just got that hustle factor all the time.
She's just good at knowing where for body position and everything. Ruth Ann Johnson will drive it into the baseline. She'll get it back out to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley, 15-foot jumper. No good. Rebound there by Kennedy Rail. She's going to drive it up the right-hand side, has J.C. Bassey on her, playing tough defense there. She'll pass it up to Mickelson. Mickelson will get it into Newman's hands. Newman on the left-hand side, calling for a play. She'll get it into Edwards. Edwards passes it over to Rail. Rail will get it up to Newman up at the top of the key. Down to Owens. Owens looking to try to get it inside. She'll skip it across to Edwards. And Edwards drives baseline. She'll kick it back out to Newman. So Lovell being really patient. Bobcats playing a good 2-3 zone here against them. Owens will throw it back out to Edwards up at the top of the key. Gets it into Newman's hands. Newman's going to drive it with her left hand. Get it to the elbow. Pass it over to Rail. Rail's going to drive in. Shot is up. And they're going to call a blocking foul there, I believe, on.
So the Cats, I agree with you. They were looking like a 2-3 zone, but as they kind of started running that play and making cuts, I think we're actually in man-to-man.
Yeah, and I almost wonder if he doesn't have them in a 2-3 zone, and then on like the third pass, they just pick up who's close to him.
Yeah, because they definitely, as they made the last 3 cuts, everybody was following somebody.
Right.
So we'll have to kind of watch that. That'd be kind of a unique thing to be able to do at this level if you got that players that are that disciplined to be able to all time and know when to go and who to pick up.
Yeah, a lot of communication has to happen at that point to do something like that. So Ina King checks in for the first time. Rail missed the first and made the second. That foul was on Cameron Farrell, and that's who Ina King checked in for. Ball gets into J.C. Owsley's hand. She's going to dribble it up left-hand side here. Slows it up and gets everybody set up into their offense. Pass over to Ina King. Ina King, she picked her dribble up too early and then kind of got caught in the air, so a travel violation on her.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard with 5:11, Bobcats 2 and Lovell 4, first period.
Newman will bring the ball up here, pass it over to Edwards on the right-hand side, get it into Rail's hands. Mickelson will drive in. She's a good attacker there. She can get in and create for herself. Rail's going to take a deep 3. Shot is up, no good. Good rebound by J.C. Owsley. Good hustle play by her to go get the ball. She'll get it into Ruth Ann Johnson's hands. They have numbers now, and she'll pass it over to Ina King. Ina King going to drive it in all the way. And
wide open. They
That's
left
right.
her. She had the right side of the floor was completely open when she received the pass on the wing,
Yeah.
and she just took it all the way to the rack.
I
Nice
think she was
job.
shocked to realize nobody was there.
Yeah.
Nobody came over.
No resistance.
No. Edwards drives in. Oh, good defense there by Ina King. She just happened to shift her hips a little bit and knock her off balance, so Edwards will go to the line. And
I was going to say, I didn't see a hip shift. She was just standing there, girl. She bounced off Ina because Ina, she doesn't have much give to her, but
Right.
I thought that was pretty good defense.
so Lily Edwards' first shot is up and good. So 4 points there for Lily Edwards, 4 of their 5 points. And Cameron Farrell will check in for Ruth Ann Johnson. So it looks like Coach V is going to work at trying to get his rotations worked in and get everybody a little bit of rest here as the day goes instead of getting anybody too tired. Second shot is up and no good by Edwards. JC Bassey runs down the rebound and she'll get in Dazzin Hunt's hand. Dazzin will dribble to the right side and Mickelson will reach over and get a foul called on her. Libby Mickelson's first and team's first. Dazzin Hunt will take it on the far side. Pass it into Cameron Farrell, and Cameron almost. A good thing her heel didn't touch. The ref was watching pretty close.
Those of you on the radio, Cameron caught the ball almost at half court line, and her back of her heel just was skating across, but she kept it on the right side.
And then a travel call there by J.C. Owsley. Dribbled it in, kind of jumped and turned and passed it out. I didn't see where she got the extra step in there, but something the ref didn't like in there, so travel call there, violation. Amy Newman bringing the ball up for the Lady Bulldogs. Ruth Ann Johnson set to check back in. Edwards with the ball up at the top, getting trapped there by Lady Cats. And as the ball gets passed into Owens, Cameron Farrell jumps over, tries to get the steal, and she's going to pick up her second foul.
Lady Cats are going to have to kind of realize they're calling this close, Kev. They're being a little bit too aggressive, kind of a lot of body contact. Most of the fouls they're getting are just kind of more body things. So.
Well, and we're just barely over halfway through this first quarter, and we already have 5 team fouls. So
that might be a long first half.
Yeah, it really might be. Amy Newman in the corner, passes it out to Edwards. Edwards up to the top to Rail. Rail over to Connie Hall, who just checked in, and they're going to get a travel call.
By Johnson that time. She was super hustling and caused the girl to travel.
Yeah, that was good defense there. Good footwork and stopped her. So looks like Cadence Bowman's going to check in for Cameron Farrell with those 2 fouls. Good screen there by Cadence Bowman. Ruth Ann Johnson with a long pass over to Dazzin Hunt. And pass over to Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann, a high pass to J.C. Owsley. She's going to bring it out. Kind of felt the disorganization. Good good cut there by Ina King. Fast pass from J.C. Owsley. Ina unable to contain it, so ball ends up in the Lady Bulldogs. Newman pass over to Edwards. Edwards, like I said, not afraid to shoot the 3, and she knocks down another one.
Nothing but net from the corner.
And she has 7 of their 8 points. So right now, if they could get her shut down, then things could go good for Lady Cats. Ruth Ann Johnson dribbling there. Edwards tries to reach around and poke the ball away there, and then unfortunately he'll get called for a foul, or she'll get called for a foul. So that'll be Lily Edwards' first foul, team's second. Dazzin Hunt set to take it out. She'll get it into Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman's going to pass it back over to Dazzin Hunt. Pass it into the high post to Ina King. Ina King's going to hand off to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley,
nice
good
pass
there. Down into Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruth Ann unable to make it. Rebound pulled down by Connie Hall. She'll pass it up to Amy Newman. Amy's got some speed on her. She'll pass it out. Edwards gets it again at the top of the key, and she misses that one, but Hall gets in for the rebound, and good hustle play by Ruth Ann Johnson. She's falling out. She gets the ball thrown out to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley, good hard pass into Ruth Ann Johnson, and then she's going to get pushed from behind as she's trying to pass it out.
Tell you, Kevin, the Lady Cats are doing a great job getting the ball inside. I mean, to Ina, to Ruth Ann, there's been some great passes down low. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to convert on some of those plays, but they're looking pretty good running the plays.
Yeah, they really are, and they're looking at it fast. They're not, they're getting it passed in right away. That foul was on Summer Teeter. Team's third, her first. Pass out to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman will pass across court to Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruth Ann from the corner. Shot is up, no good. Edwards comes down with the rebound, gets it into Amy Newman. And Amy Newman will bring it up on the left-hand side. Pass out to Summer Teeter. Summer Teeter, long shot, air ball into the arms of Ina King. Ina King passes up to JC Bassey. JC Bassey's going to get the ball into Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruth Ann, tough shot there. Kind of got caught in the air. That's one that she usually passes and didn't have anybody to pass it to.
There.
No. Amy Newman passes off of Edwards' foot, so Ina King will get the loose ball, and she's going to get it into JC Owsley's hands. So a little bit of sloppy play here. This last little bit, 1:35 left in this first quarter. Lady Cats trailing 4-8. Caden Spohn with the ball, pass to JC Owsley. JC Owsley with the three, in and out, no good. Summer Teeter comes down with the ball, and she'll get it into Edwards' hands. So just 1:23 left on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 4-8. Amy Newman with a pass and tried to lob it inside to Mickelson, but Ina King knocked it out of bounds.
You talk about that sloppy play. It's definitely been. The nice thing is we're seeing on both ends of the floor. So the Cats, even though they've been not playing well, we're only down for the score of 4-8.
Right.
With about 1:15 left of the first quarter.
Right, and really, I mean, all the scoring for Lovell's come from one player, so Mickelson gets the ball back out to Edwards. Edwards is going to drive in. She goes in. Good move there. Around Ina King, unable to make it. Looks like Edwards got her own rebound and then must have been fouled. Or maybe it's just a late call, called it on the foul or on the shot. So that's
when he blew the whistle, it would have been more of a rebounding push foul, but she gets to go to the line, so I think you're right. It's just a little bit of a late call.
So that'll be JC Owsley's second foul as well. Edwards' first of those free throws is up and is good. So again, 8 of their 9 points coming from Edwards. She's 2 of 3 from the line right now. She's getting ready to shoot a second. So both Cameron Farrell and JC Owsley both with 2 fouls each. We have 6 team fouls to Lovell's 3 team fouls. Edwards' second shot is up and is good as well. And she'll get a quick rest as Owens comes in to relieve her. Ruth Ann Johnson passing to Dazzlin Hunt to Caden Spohn, and then it gets back into Ruth Ann Johnson's hand. She's going to try to pass it up over the top, but it gets stopped there by Mickelson. Mickelson and Ina King chase it down as Kiana Walker, who checked into the game, tries to hustle the ball down, and it'll go out of bounds off the Lady Bulldogs to Dazzlin Hunt. Or to the Lady Cats. Dazzlin Hunt to take the ball out. She'll pass it to Ruth Ann Johnson. Pass it around the horn here. Try to get it into Dazzlin Hunt's hands. She'll drive baseline, jump pass there to Ina King. Ina King unable to handle the pass. It ends up in Rail's hands. And then as she tries to dribble up the left-hand side, good pressure there by Caden Spohn. And
the Cats' defense is keeping them in the game because right now the offensive end is a little bit rough.
Yeah, it's
Turnovers
been
are a little bit too frequent.
Well, and having both Cadence and Cameron on the, or JC and Cameron on the bench doesn't help much either. They're 2 of their better scorers. JC Bassey with the ball up here at the top of the key, passing to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt dribbles. She's going to cross court to Caden Spohn. Caden Spohn with a 3, huge 3 right there.
Wow,
she
that was
knocks
about
that down.
3 feet behind the line and nothing but net by Cadence that time.
And that's what you need when, some of your better scorers are on the bench. You need somebody to step up and knock some shots down. So
and hopefully that can kind of ignite their defense.
Right. So it's interesting, Travis. I'm not 100% sure I understand how they're calling it because that was a foul earlier, but they didn't call it this time. I'd rather see it this way. Let them play a little bit. Yeah. And maybe they met and kind of said, hey, we need to change how we're calling it a little bit or something. But pass there goes out of bounds. Off the Lady Bulldogs rail, tried to pass it into Kiana Walker, goes off her hands, goes out of bounds. Dazzlin Hunt set to take it out of bounds here on this near side. She'll pass it into Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann will pass it right back to Dazzlin.
They're not watching the clock very close because Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Thermopolis at the end of one has 7 and the Lady Bulldogs score of 10. So down 3 after a rough first quarter of play.
That's right, and we'll be back right after this for the second quarter.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road. Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
All right, and welcome back to Lady Bobcat basketball here in Thermopolis. Lady Cats trailing just by 3, 10-7. Not the best offensive quarter for the Lady Cats, but it was a really good defensive quarter. Kept them in it. 9 of the 10 points coming from Edwards. And so right there, the ball gets into Ina King, and Mickelson steps in and ties her up, and so ball will immediately go to Lady Bulldogs. So Amy Newman to bring the ball up. Edwards, after a quick break, she's back in too, so Lady Cats are going to have to know where she's at. Amy Newman will get it back over to Edwards. Edwards will pass it into Hall. Hall, shot is up, no good. Dazzlin Hunt brings the ball down. Passes up to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell will bring the ball up for the Lady Cats. Passes into Ruth Ann Johnson. Good screen and roll set up there. Oh, gets about poked away by Amy Newman. Ball ends up in Dazzlin Hunt's hands though. Back over to Ruth Ann Johnson. Ball seems a little slippery right now, Travis.
On both ends of the court.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I mean, we're towards the end of the season. I'd expect these teams to be a little smoother with that.
Good hustle by Dazzlin Hunt. Gets the ball over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell shoots a 3. It was no good, but Lady Cats get a rebound. Cameron will pass it over to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt shot is up, is no good. Owens comes down with the rebound, gets it in Newman's hand. And the race is on as she brings it all the way down. Ooh, good pass to Mickelson. Looks like Cameron Farrell gets her hands in there, and it goes off of Mickelson, so Lady Cats will.
She's up 2 feet from the basket, Kevin. I think you take that shot.
Take the shot.
I mean, it was a good. If the girl was open, it would have been a wide open layup, but she wasn't open, and
right.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right choice.
Dazzlin Hunt gets the ball here, and she'll pass it over to Cameron. Cameron getting trapped there, and no help. So I don't know if she felt like she dribbled there and then couldn't. I'm not sure.
Her feet seemed to be glued, and I was just wondering why she didn't put the ball to the floor, because I don't remember that she dribbled. But
I didn't either. And then a travel there by Amy Newman as well. She steps forward. She looks at her coach, and he just kind of puts his hands up and goes, I don't know either. But it did. I do think she pulled up her pivot foot as she was reaching to pass that, and no one was really around her, so it's a frustrating turnover for sure. Cameron Farrell will bring the ball up. The Bulldogs are looking to just trap right as they get across. Hall will get a steal there as they try to pass it into J.C. Bassey. Hall will pass it over to Mickelson. Shot is up, no good. Hall gets a rebound. Shoots it up, no good. Mickelson comes down now. Amy Newman with a long shot up, no good. Good rebound by Ina King. Ina King will get the ball into Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin over to Cameron Farrell, and she'll bring it up. Summer Teeter set to check in for Lady Bulldogs. Good cut there by J.C. Bassey.
That was a good cut.
Ruth Ann Johnson with the ball here. Dribble up to the top of the key. She's going to get it back into Cameron Farrell's hands. Cameron's going to set up the offense a little bit. Oh, a little handoff there. J.C. Bassey and Hall will come over and trip J.C., so that'll be a fourth team foul. First one on Connie Hall for Lady Bulldogs. J.C. Owsley set to check back in as well with those 2 fouls.
Now, Lady Cats have done a nice job this quarter of not fouling, so hopefully they can kind of maintain that. Hopefully I didn't curse them there, but we've only got 6, and the foul count's now 6-4, a lot more even.
Yeah, and JC kind of came up hobbling a little bit there. J.C. Bassey, that is. So it's like a push in the back there.
I was going to say, they missed that foul.
Go get it, but turnover there by the Lady Cats into Summer Teeter. Summer Teeter ends up dragging her back foot as well, and we'll get a travel call too.
Kevin, this is the style of play I expect the first tournament of the year.
Right,
I don't know, it's not regional, so there shouldn't be super heavy jitters or things like that, but both teams are just not playing well.
No.
I mean, sloppy, more travels than I've seen in 3 weeks, and, you know, some passing. It's just a little rough. Hopefully either halftime or something will shift, because whoever shifts out of it first is going to have a fun night.
They're going to have an advantage, that's for sure. Yeah, just some tough jitters going on or something like that. Looks like there's a quick timeout, so we'll take one as well. We'll be right back after this.
Lovell Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and welcome back to the Thermopolis Gymnasium here. Score is 10-7 still, as we have both teams are scoreless here in the second quarter. 5:42 left in the first half. Lady Cats trailing just 7-10, and like you said, just kind of some sloppy play on both ends of it. And you know, probably both coaches here just trying to get their teams calmed down, take a couple deep breaths as they get the ball checked in. So Cameron Farrell passing in JC Owsley in the middle of the court here. She's going to cross court over to Cameron. Cameron's going to have to jump to get it. Gets it over to Ruth Ann Johnson in the corner. Bulldogs are looking to trap about anything that they can anytime it goes into any corner.
Just so far they've been pretty effective.
Yeah, they have an extended 3-2 zone here that's working really good. Mickelson, who's got some length on her, she's able to really spread it out there. So JC Owsley with a long three from the corner up. No good. Good defense there by JC and Ruth Ann. And then Ruth Ann's going to get pushed to the ground as she tries to get it back into JC Owsley's hand. Foul will be on number 30, Kaylee Owens. That'll be her first foul. Team fifth. 5:04 left here in the first half.
Still scoreless, Kevin.
Right.
With 3 minutes gone in the second from that standpoint.
Right. And actually, if we even took it back to the first quarter, we've gone probably about 5 or 6 minutes of game time that there's been no scoring on either side of it. Dazzlin Hunt with a little floater through the middle, up and no good. Rail will come down, and she looks to run with the ball here. She's going to pass it over to Newman. Newman with a three up, no good. Ina King comes down with the rebound. And, almost a sloppy pass there. Almost was stolen by Newman, but Cameron Farrell will get it. Good crossover to get it back to the middle of the court. She'll pass it over to JC Owsley. JC Owsley just a little flat on the shot there. Ruth Ann Johnson and Newman both coming in for the rebound. Looks like they're going to call a foul.
On Newman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Foul counts now even, 6-6.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were up 4-0.
Yeah.
JC Bassey checked back in, and she will take the ball out. Pass into Ina King. Ina King will pass it out to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell cross-court pass to JC Bassey. Over to JC Owsley. Ruth Ann Johnson with a long three up. Oh, I thought it was good. And
from our perspective, it was about as straight as an arrow, right on in there.
And then they're going to call the ball off of Edwards. And so it'll stay with Bobcats. Edwards didn't seem to agree with it. I didn't see where she maybe touched the ball, but Ina King with the ball standing out of bounds as she catches it. So it'll be out of bounds on the Lady Cats. Goes to the Bulldogs. And ball gets into Newman. Newman's going to walk the ball up. Now to a jog, bringing the ball up. She has JC Owsley. They're going to back off a little bit, it looks like. And gets over to Owens. Owens has the ball in the corner. She looks to drive baseline. Mickelson really working to try to get the ball inside. JC Owsley, she's going to pick up a third foul.
Kevin, that just wasn't a smart foul.
Right.
She kind of pushed her with her body right on the sideline. That's not a foul that we should have seen at this point in the game.
You're 25, 30 feet away from the hoop as well, so it's one that you just kind of have to recognize, you know, how many fouls you have, and you have to just play a little bit different for sure. So Newman will go to the line for a one-on-one. First one is up and no good. Ina King unable to get the ball. Mickelson will bring the ball down, and she'll get the rebound and get it into the Lady Bulldogs. Edwards, high pass to Owens. Owens able to jump up and catch it here. She'll get it back to Edwards. Edwards going to drive in. She's going to go up for a shot. Shot is up, no good. Ball goes to, looks like Amy Newman had a chance to go get it, but it went off of, looked like it went off Lovell. So Lady Cats will have the ball. Hannah Hill checks in for the first time for Lady Cats for Ina King. Dazzlin Hunt will pass it over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron looking to drive in. Tough pass across. Amy Newman saw it coming. She goes up. Oh my goodness. Shot gets, Dazzlin Hunt gets a hand on it, but it goes high up off the glass and in.
What a nightmare. Bad pass, catch under their basket, turns, shoots it with a little bit of body pressure, and yeah, now a free throw coming up for the old-fashioned three.
Yeah, and a foul on Dazzlin Hunt, so that's 18 fouls now, just her first foul. Newman's shot is up off the back of the rim and goes up and is good. So she followed her high off the glass shot with a high off the back of the rim. Tough cross-court pass. Newman with the steal again. Passes it into Mickelson. Another foul by Dazzlin Hunt and an and-one opportunity now for Mickelson.
Well, and that was the exact same play. Pass it in, went to do the reverse pass. Reverse pass is stolen, catches it. Body bumped by Hunt, and we're looking at another three-point play.
I'd like to see him shorten that distance for that reverse pass, or at least get him behind the ball instead of equal to it.
Step to the ball.
Yeah. Shot is up and is good there by Mickelson.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Lady Bulldogs 16, Thermopolis 7.
Cameron Farrell going to bring the ball up the sideline here, get it to the middle. Steal by Ruth Ann Johnson. Gets it back to
just helping
Cameron.
her out a little bit.
That's right. Cameron drives it in, gets it to JC Bassey. JC again getting hounded by that trap.
Nice
good pass from Ruth Ann Johnson. And then they're going to call travel as Dazzlin Hunt kind of runs away from the hoop, tries to pass it out. So Dazzlin just being a little frustrated here, I think. Just a couple plays in a row, getting those and-one fouls. And 3:09 left, 7:16. Bulldogs up over Lady Cats. Edwards will get it over to Newman. Newman with a shot from the corner. No good. Ruth Ann Johnson gets the ball. She'll pass it over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell looking up ahead. She'll pass it up to Hannah Hill. Hannah Hill with a long two. Shot is up. No good. Newman comes down with the ball. And, Newman picks it up, and she tries to come back, and Ruth Ann stepped in her way.
I held my breath. I thought that was a foul on us again, Ruth Ann. That would have been two for her. Fortunately, it's not.
Dazzlin Hunt gets a tough pass from the ref, but is able to handle it. She tries to pass it into Cameron Farrell. Cameron then passes it into Dazzlin. I thought he almost was going to call it for Lovell. As she got trapped, she just tried to throw it out and got knocked out of bounds. So Lady Cats ball. Good pass from Dazzlin up to Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann up and good.
Perfect inbounds pass. Johnson right on the block, up for an easy layup.
Yeah, I feel like Coach Villa has some good out-of-bounds plays. Ren, if we could just run more of those, it'd be great. Steal by JC.
Almost off to the races. Two
Yeah,
more
she
inches
was,
in her vertical or her height, we would have been there.
Yeah, she read the cross-court pass perfectly. Rail will take the ball out. Looks like Coach Villa is going to call a timeout, so we're going to take a quick one too. Lady Cats trailing the Lady Bulldogs 9-16. We'll be right back after this.
Hey there, how's your day going?
Frustrating. My car's check engine light came on and they can't take it in till next week. And then Max, our Rottweiler, chewed up my glasses and I'm going to have to wait at least a week to get another pair. It seems you have to wait for everything important.
I know the feeling. Some things seem to take forever to get done.
Forgot to ask, how's your day?
I had to take my daughter into the clinic to have her arm looked at.
Let me guess. You had to wait to get an appointment. What was it, 1 week, 2 weeks?
Same day.
What? Same day?
We go to Hot Springs Health. They offer same-day appointments at all their clinics. Riverton, Shoshone, Thermopolis, Worland, and Basin. You just call the clinic and you have an appointment in a matter of minutes. It's easy and so convenient.
Wow, so Hot Springs Health actually values our time? Thanks for the advice. Now if I could only get a same-day appointment for Max. He hasn't been the same since he ate my glasses. He keeps running around and making a spectacle of himself.
For more information or directions, please visit hotspringshealth.com, your hub of healthcare in the Basin.
All right, and we're back here after a quick timeout. 2:28 left in this first half. Lady Cats down 9-16, so they're still in this game. Just really need to see somebody get some scoring up. We actually haven't got a lot of shots up either, Travis. Almost struggling to hold on to the ball. Newman with the ball here from a tough pass from Edwards. Now Lady Cats kind of in an extended 3-2 defense as well. Edwards with the ball at the top of the key with J.C. Bassey on her. She's going to pass it over to Newman. Pass down into Owens, stolen away by Ruth Ann Johnson, and J.C. Bassey has it to Cameron Farrell. Cameron over to Daslin. Daslin bringing the ball up. She's going to look to pass it inside. She needs some help. Tough pass to Cameron Farrell. Cameron able to hang on to it. Ruth Ann Johnson. Oh, tough pass from Ruthie to Daslin.
Yeah, just a little bit too hot, and Daslin had somebody quite a bit bigger on her. I don't know if that was necessarily the best pass, a little bit of a forced pass there.
Yeah, it would have been a hard one to finish, even if she would have caught it. Newman with the ball now, bringing it up for the Lady Bulldogs. She sets him up, almost an opportunity for J.C. Bassey to steal again, playing good defense on Rail. Over to Newman. Newman passes it to Rail up at the top of the key. Kind of seems like the Lady Cats are doing a similar defense to what they're seeing, so it's paying off right now. Good pass from Owens into Mickelson, and Mickelson goes up for the shot and is fouled.
Johnson?
Yep, that was on Ruth Ann. So that's just her first foul, actually.
Oh, okay. I thought she already had one, so that's good.
Yeah.
Although we are now in double bonus. Lady Cats have 10 fouls and the Lady Bulldogs with 6.
Right. Shot is up and bounces around and is good. So Mickelson right now is 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So Lily Edwards, who had such a great first quarter, I don't know that she's actually got much. I think she's had a shot up, but not a lot of scoring, so good adjustment there. Second one is up and good for Libby Mickelson. So 3 for 3, 5 points for her in the quarter. And Cameron Farrell, good, just dribble through all the pressure there. Pass over to J.C. Bassey. J.C. Bassey unable to make it. Ball then goes off of Newman as she's kept trying to keep it in bounds and bounces around.
She did a good job trying to keep it in bounds, but couldn't quite catch up to it.
Right. So Hall will check in for Owens here. Pass out to J.C. Bassey. J.C. Bassey tries to pass it over to Daslin. Newman will get the steal. Shot is up and an easy layup there for Amy Newman. So 5 points for her as well. Newman and Mickelson being the only scorers for the Lovell Lady Bulldogs, 5 each for them. Lady Cats under a minute left here have only scored 2 in this quarter. Ruth Ann Johnson going to pass it out to Daslin Hunt. Daslin Hunt going to drive in, try to pass it cross court to J.C. Bassey. Over to Hannah Hill, back into J.C. Bassey. She'll take a 15-foot jumper. Shot is up, no good. Good box out there by the Lady Bulldogs, and ball will go to the Lovell Lady Bulldogs.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Lady Bulldogs 20, Thermopolis 9 with 41 seconds left in the second quarter.
And Rail will bring the ball up the court for the Lady Bulldogs, pass it over to Hall. Hall passes up to Newman at the top of the key, inside into Edwards. Edwards back out to Hall. Hall with a shot up and over the top of her head.
Flat, but in.
Hey, that's one Larry Bird would be proud of, I think. As a good-looking shot goes up and is in. Cameron Farrell brings the ball up for Lady Cats, 22-9. 13-point deficit here for the Lady Cats. They're going to have to really do some things in the halftime to try to make some adjustments here. So Daslin Hunt having a few rough sequences here, just kind of frustrated trying to do a move there and dribbled a little high over her head. And so Teeter will throw it in to Newman, 9 seconds left. Passes it into Mickelson. Mickelson with a good move underneath the hoop. JC.
Ooh, no foul.
Daslin Hunt ends up grabbing the ball. I thought maybe she was going to call one, but no, it'll be off of Lovell.
2.4 seconds.
4 seconds left. So it'll be, it looks like some confusion there. I think maybe Coach Villa thought a foul had been called as well, so he was just making sure it wasn't supposed to be a one-on-one. So not a lot of time left here for Lady Cats to get a shot up. 2.5 seconds left. Ruth Ann will get it. She'll pass it up to Cameron Farrell. Great play. Cameron with deep from 3. Oh, again from here, it's hard to tell.
But it looked like it had the distance.
Yeah, just a little off to the right, so ball goes out of bounds. So at the end of the first half, it is Lady Bulldogs 22, Lady Cats 9, and we're going to take a little bit of a break here, and we'll be back for the Hot Springs Health halftime show and the stats at the half by One-Eyed Buffalo right after this.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
All right, and welcome to the Hot Springs Health halftime show. Appreciate all of our sponsors. Thanks to those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO, and those of you also watching on YouTube on the Wild Today streaming service here that is offered free because of all of our sponsors. So again, thank you to all of our sponsors. And you're going to see down here on the court that we have a number of adults here. They're playing an adult knockout game. And then they also have a shot for a pop down on the other end as well. So a lot of festivities here, a lot of fundraising going on for the T-town Crusaders. So a lot of fun to watch that as well. But as we go into the halftime here, just to talk a little bit about what we're doing. So Travis is down there shooting as well, so we'll give him a hard time when he gets back up here. But as far as some of the keys to the game, is just hustling both ends of the floor. They did a great job of hustling, defensively especially, and then as they offensively, unfortunately, they just couldn't quite get a flow going, so they were having a hard time with that. So unable to get everything going like they wanted to there. And then, seniors have stepped up. They've done some good things. We do have some in foul trouble. J.C. Owsley with 3, Cameron and Dazzlin Hunt both with 2. And so they're going to have to be careful with that as well as they move forward. So Dr. Bomengen does a great job. Doesn't get knocked out his first round, so he does a good job there. And then ball goes around. That's funny. And so also as we move forward with the Hot Springs Health halftime show as well, I just want to talk about our stats at the half, and that is sponsored by One Eye Buffalo. And as we look at it, for the Lady Cats, not a lot of scoring, unfortunately. Only 2 points scored in that second quarter for a total of 9. Ina King with the first basket of the game, so she has 2. Ruth Ann Johnson with a bucket in each of the quarters with a total of 4 points. And Cadence Bowman with that 3, knocking down, so she is a 3-pointer as well. So 9 total points for the Lady Cats. And for the Lady Bulldogs, a number of people scoring for them. Again, Lily Edwards doing kind of the heavy lifting in the first quarter, scored 9 of their 10 points in the first quarter. She didn't score in the second, so she ended up with 9 points there. Both Amy Newman and Libby Mickelson scored 5 points in the second quarter, and that was their scoring. Newman with a couple buckets there, steals. She had the and one opportunity, and then also Libby Mickelson also got the and one opportunity and a couple more free throws, so she went 3 for 3 in that quarter as well. Connie Hall ended up with the bucket there for 2 points, and then Kennedy Rail went 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 1 point. Really nobody for the Lady Bulldogs in any scoring troubles, in any foul troubles. 1 each for Amy Newman, Lily Edwards, Libby Mickelson, Connie Hall, and Kaylee Owens. So no one really in foul trouble there. So that is our stats at the half by One Eye Buffalo. And we will take a quick break, and we'll be back to finish up the Hot Springs Health halftime show right after this.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
All right, and we're back here for the end of the halftime presented by Hot Springs Health. And again, thank you to those of you listening. Dr. Bomengen still in the game here, and looks like they're going to end the game early so that the Lady Cats can get on the court for the last couple minutes to warm up through get ready for the second half. But yeah, so Lady Cats down 22-9. Like to see them come out with a little bit more energy on the offensive end before they come out, make some adjustments as well as they move forward into the second half. A game still not out of reach, only a 13-point game, and so it was a good game. Dr. Bomengen, we're cheering you on from up here, seeing how you're doing. Yeah, that was fun. It was fun to watch. Again, a lot of festivities here, being senior night for both Ruth Ann Johnson and J.C. Bassey for the girls team, and then also fundraisers going on kind of throughout the whole building for the T-town Crusaders. So some great things for just there. It just seems like a lot of people in our community, Travis, are suffering from a nasty disease, and so it's good to see something like the T-town Crusaders that come in and they really do a lot of help for families and stuff for traveling and things like that. So a big thank you to them and all of the time and energy they put into it as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice thing in a community our size to have a group that's that motivated and willing to help out, because for some of the people, travel is huge, and
right.
For some of them it's daily for weeks on end for radiation, or multiple times a week for chemo and that, and so yeah, really a nice support process that they do and the service that they provide.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll wrap up the Hot Springs Health halftime show here for us. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the start of the second half right after this.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
All right, and we're back here for the second half as we get going here. Lady Cats with the ball. They'll pass it over to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt into the corner, J.C. Bassey. She looks to pass it in. Ruth Ann Johnson standing wide open. She kind of looked around. She didn't think anybody was guarding her. She had to check, and sure enough, tough pass from J.C. Owsley into Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt gets blocked. Ball will go into Newman. Oh, Newman with a couple extra steps, but no call there. Edwards starts the third quarter like she did the first quarter and knocks down a three. So after being held scoreless in the second quarter, she comes out firing, so 12 points for her. Dazzlin Hunt will get the ball, pass it over J.C. Owsley. Owens will steal it and pass it over to Mickelson, and Mickelson will go up and good for two.
Not the start that we needed, Kevin.
No, not the start the Lady Cats I'm sure we're looking for. Cameron Farrell going to drive in. She's going to pass it out to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley has time to think about it. Shot is up and is good.
Well, somebody's got to clear the net. Take the ball, ladies.
Oh.
None of the boys wanting to step. Oh, it even got worse. She threw the ball up, went all the way through, and hangs the net up on the outside.
That's right, yeah. And then I was waiting for her to shoot it, and then it gets stuck up there, and we'll see what would happen. See which boy would,
I
was one to come
I'm
out.
surprised one of the boys off the sidelines didn't want to run out
That's
and throw
right.
their vertical.
I think Hardy Johnson would have if you would have knocked him out in the game down there. So he was already
feeling it. That was the
feeling
big cheer. Everybody was watching him.
That's right. That's right. Edwards gets the ball here. She'll pass it up to Newman at the top of the key. JC Bassey playing tough defense on her here, really hassling her. Good defense there by Bassey. She steals it away from her knees. Passes it up to Cameron Farrell. Great bounce pass. Passes over to Cameron Farrell. Passes over to Dazzlin Hunt.
Good unselfish play, Kevin.
Yeah.
But at that point, we've seen it a couple times tonight.
Yeah.
Shoot the ball.
Dazzlin Hunt gets the ball back from Rail. She's going to go up. Oh, missed too hard on the layup, and she misses it. Rail will end up with the ball again. Pass it to Edwards. Edwards passes it kind of at Ruthie's face. She gets her hands up in time, and looks like we're going to settle it down a little bit here. Newman up at the top of the key. She's going to pass it over to Edwards. Edwards down into Owens. Good entry pass there, but good defense by Ruth Ann to make that pass tough. And just under 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Lady Cats trailing by 15, 27-12. And looks like Lovell's going to go ahead and continue to put pressure on. Dazzlin Hunt with tough pass into JC Owsley. Back to Dazzlin and a tough turnaround pass. And Owens gets another steal here. She's had a couple already here in the third quarter. A couple Lady Cats running up, trying to help out here, and Rail will pass it over to Edwards. Oh, Edwards with another three. Shot is up and is good, I think, and then it looks like they're going to call a foul on Bulldogs as well, so it'll be interesting to see.
Number 30, Owens.
Oh, they do count the bucket, though, as well. So Lily Edwards makes it, and then it looks like they're going to call a foul there then on Kaylee Owens. That'll be her first team foul. And so Lady Cats will get the ball under the hoop. JC Owsley gets the ball. She's going to dribble it up the left-hand side, get it back to the middle, gets it into Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt dribbles it over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron to JC Owsley. JC, good entry pass into Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann, tough turnaround shot up. Geez, halfway down and pops back out. Owens with the rebound. And then she'll pass it up the sideline to Newman. Newman will dribble it up the right-hand side. She'll pass it inside to Mickelson. Mickelson with a good pass to Rail, back out to Owens. Ruth Ann Johnson's going to get a reach-in foul there, I believe. And that'll be her first team foul on the Lady Cats.
And Kevin, we blinked and we're down by 18.
Yeah. It's like Cadence Bowman's going to set to check in. She's going to check in for JC Bassey. So 18-point lead for Lady Bulldogs over Lady Cats. Bulldogs will take it out underneath their own hoop, pass it at Newman into Mickelson. Mickelson with a tough step through.
Nice
shot
move
is up
by
and good.
Mickelson.
Yeah, she's had a couple of those. When they get her the ball on the inside, she definitely knows how to create space for herself.
And the scary part about that, she's only a sophomore.
Right. Ruth Ann Johnson dribbles in, baseline jump pass there, and then they're going to get Dazzlin Hunt with a travel again. And unfortunately, I think that's one of those things that she does it a lot anyways, but
once they get a hold of it, it's a long night.
That's right. So it looks like there's going to be a quick timeout. We'll do the same. We'll be right back after this.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
All right, and we're back after a quick timeout. Looks like the Lady Bulldogs will have the ball. Kind of walking out. Here we go. All right, and Reagan May will take the ball out for Lady Bulldogs. She'll pass it into Newman. Cameron Farrell guarding her. Looks like they're just going to do full court man-to-man here. Cameron Farrell going to chase Newman down. It's a tough ask because Newman is fast. Looks like Ruth Ann Johnson knocks the ball out of Newman's hands. It'll go out of bounds. Lady Bulldogs ball under their hoop. And ball gets checked in here to Lady Bulldogs for a pass over to Owens. Owens will pass it over to May. May up to the top of the key to Edwards. Edwards down into Hall. Hall shot is up, no good. Ruth Ann Johnson reaches in to try to get the ball. As she falls, knocks the ball away, and it'll go off of Lady Cats. Looks like Lady Bulldogs ball. And then Ina King will check in for Ruth Ann Johnson. Kind of there a few times. I'd like to see her keep her feet under her just to be able to chase the ball down, and don't know if she's getting tripped up or if she's kind of tripping over her own feet. What's happening there? Ball gets passed into Hall. Hall will pass it into Owens. Owens triple team. She'll pass it back out to Hall. Good defense there by the Lady Cats.
Yeah, Lady
Gets
Cats
it back into
really
Mays.
moving in that zone nicely right now.
And then Newman will try to pass it into Hall. Good help there by Cadence Bowman. Cadence has done some good stuff coming off the bench today. And then Cadence Bowman's going to bring the ball up. She has Hall on her. She'll pass it long up to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley does a good job to come to meet the ball. She's going to spin move. Tries to take a shot, but looks like they're going to call it on the ground. And that'll be a foul on Connie Hall. It'll be her second foul. It's just a Lady Bulldogs second team foul as well. And J.C. Owsley set to take the ball out of bounds for Lady Cats. J.C. Owsley passed it to Ina King. Ina into Dazzlin. Good pass into, the forced pass there from J.C. Owsley trying to get it into Cameron. Would have liked to have seen her just shoot that. There's been a few times where we've almost been far too unselfish. So then Dazzlin Hunt steps in and takes a charge from, looks like Connie Hall.
Well, you mentioned, Kevin, the unselfish play. There's a point to which unselfishness gets you kind of in trouble. And we've had, like you said, about 3 or 4 shots or times tonight where a shot rather than the pass would have been a better option.
Right, just pass it up. So Dazzlin Hunt did a good job at stepping in and taking a charge there from Connie Hall. That'll be Connie Hall's third foul now, picking up 2 back-to-back. Tough pass again. Dazzlin Hunt and Edwards both kind of fight over the ball there. Looks like it'll go to the Lady Bulldogs. And looks like Dazzlin wants to take it out. Oh yeah, Dazzlin and Edwards both wanted to take it out.
Yeah.
Or Newman wanted to take it out. Teeter will get it. She'll pass it over to Hall, or to May, I'm sorry. And then Edwards back out to May, and then looks like
You're good, thanks.
looks like May, as she tries to drive it in, J.C. Bassey stepped in and picked up her second foul. So a little barrage of fouling on both sides of the court
Pinnacle
here.
Bank scoreboard as Lovell gets ready to bring it in. Lovell's 32, Thermopolis 12 with 3:41 in the third.
Yeah, 20-point deficit is going to be hard for Lady Cats, especially with not scoring much here. It's going to be hard for them to come back from. The ball kind of ends up on the ground. J.C. Bassey ends up picking it up. She's going to get it into Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman's going to come up in a hurry and bring the ball up the court. Gets herself into a trap, but is able to pass it out to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell setting up their offense. She's going to pass it across court to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt get to sit down in the corner. J.C. Bassey. J.C. Bassey cross court to Cadence Bowman. Cadence passes it across court to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt pull up long 2, high off the glass. No good. Mickelson with the rebound. Pass it out to Rail. Rail get it into Newman's hand. Newman's going to drive it up the left-hand side. And Edwards ends up with the ball, and J.C. Bassey reaches in and ties it up, so it'll be a jump ball to the Lady Cats. Ruth Ann Johnson set to check back in for Dazzlin Hunt, and J.C. Owsley comes in for Cameron Farrell. Ruth Ann Johnson's going to take it out. The pressure from the Bulldogs not proving to cause a lot of turnovers right away, but it's been hard for Lady Cats to get a shot up. And as I say that, pressure causes a turnover there. And Rail gets the steal from Owsley's pass, and then Ruth Ann tries to come over and block it, and she will get her third foul. So it's kind of weird. It's what we've seen the Lady Cats do so well over the last several weeks. It's kind of like they've had a hard time getting any flow going or any of the good stuff that they were doing so well to have them do any of those things. So.
Well, and I don't know if they other schools, but we've had a couple rough weeks where we've had interruptions of practices. I know the girls, I think, missed 2 practices this week with
right.
the the weather and the schools being shut down and that, so that never, bodes well in regards to flow and ease, and we're, I think, seeing some of that, if not something else. I don't know.
Right. So Rail will have the ball. She'll pass it up to Teeter. Teeter will pass it, dribble it off her foot, that is, and then Ruth Ann Johnson jumps in to try to get it, and then they'll get a jump ball. So good hustle there. So looks like Lady Bulldogs will keep the ball after that tie up, and then Rail will take it out of bounds for Lady Bulldogs. She's going to pass it into Newman. Newman's going to get them set up here. Screen there by Mickelson, and Newman passes it back out to Mickelson. Mickelson over to the top to Rail. Rail's going to look like a travel there, but maybe not. Into Newman. Newman's going to pass it, lob pass into Newman, or into Mickelson. Mickelson to Teeter. Teeter to Edwards. Edwards driving in, and looks like they're going to get a foul called on her. She drives in with her left hand.
On the ground, though. I don't think it was a shooting foul.
And that will go on Cadence Bowman. That'll be just her first foul. That is the team's fourth foul. Number 24, Krista McIntosh will check in for the Lady Bulldogs for Summer Teeter. Kennedy Rayo will take the ball out of bounds. She's going to lob pass it into Mickelson. Ina King on her. Mickelson's shot is up and is good. So six points for her in this quarter. So she's picking up where she did in the second quarter. Hard pass there from Cadence Bowman, kind of throwing it to nobody, and Edwards will get the steal, and Rail will kind of stumble with the ball there and get it into Newman's hands. So Newman's going to get at the top of the key. No one's really stepping to guard her, but she passes up the shot anyways. Edwards with it at the top of the key. She'll get it into McIntosh. McIntosh back to Edwards. Edwards passes it up, and it's kind of a slow developing play there, and Ruth Ann Johnson will steal it away. And then she'll get it to J.C. Owsley. Back into Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann's going to drive baseline, and she's going to pass that baseline to J.C. Bassey. And on the pass, she'll be fouled by Mickelson. And that'll be Libby Mickelson's just her second, team fourth as well. As we see Owens and May both check back in for Lady Bulldogs for Edwards and Newman. Lady Cats take it out. Bowman will pass it out to Ina King. Ina to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley to J.C. Bassey, and over to the corner to Cadence Bowman. And
Cadence Bowman from the corner, nothing but net.
Yeah,
nice shot.
Knocks down her second three, so 6 points for her, leading all Bobcat scorers. Just 6 points in this quarter for the Lady Cats, all coming from 3-point shots. And 12 for the Lady Bulldogs. McIntosh with the ball, pass it to Rail. Owens getting good position there on Ruth Ann Johnson, and she'll go up and is good for two. Her first basket of the game. Ruth Ann Johnson's going to drive it in. She's going to pull up from about 8 feet, shoot it up off over the top of her shoulder. Shot is up, no good, and it'll go off the Lady Bulldogs. So Lady Cats will keep the ball.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Lady Bulldogs 36, Thermopolis 15 with 36 seconds left in the third quarter.
Ruth Ann Johnson will shoot the three from the corner. Shot is up, is no good. Off the foot to Cadence Bowman. J.C. Owsley will have a chance at a three. Shot is up. Doesn't draw any iron or anything and goes out of bounds.
Nothing but air on that one, Kevin.
I was trying to figure out a nice way to say air ball, and I couldn't figure quite out what to do.
There's no dressy way to put that.
No, there isn't. May will bring the ball up for Lady Bulldogs with J.C. Owsley playing tough defense on her. She's got to be careful with those three fouls. Pass it over to McIntosh. May gets it back. 10 seconds left here. Owens will get the ball to Rail. Rail will get it back to McIntosh. McIntosh going to drive in. She's going to try to pass it in, and Ina King up high to get that ball. And then the ball rolls around. Nothing to do with any of that. And ball goes out of bounds. So at the end of the third quarter, Lady Cats trailing Lady Bulldogs 36-15, and we will be back for the fourth and final quarter right after this.
Lovell Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
How's your day going?
Frustrating. My car's check engine light came on, and they can't take it in till next week. And then Max, our Rottweiler, chewed up my glasses, and I'm going to have to wait at least a week to get another pair. It seems you have to wait for everything important.
I know the feeling. Some things seem to take forever to get done.
Forgot to ask, how's your day?
I had to take my daughter into the clinic to have her arm looked at.
Let me guess. You had to wait to get an appointment. What was it, 1 week, 2 weeks?
Same day.
What? Same day?
We go to Hot Springs Health. They offer same-day appointments at all their clinics. Riverton, Shoshone, Thermopolis, Worland, and Basin. You just call the clinic and you have an appointment in a matter of minutes. It's easy and so convenient.
Wow, so Hot Springs Health actually values our time? Thanks for the advice. Now if I could only get a same-day appointment for Max. He hasn't been the same since he ate my glasses. He keeps running around and making a spectacle of himself.
For more information or directions, please visit hotspringshealth.com, your hub of healthcare in the Basin.
All right, and we're back here as play is underway. Just a few seconds off the clock as Bobcats had the ball, turned it over, but no harm there as the Lady Bulldogs turn it right back over to us. Tough pass from Ina King, tried to force it into J.C. Owsley. Newman will have the ball, passes over to May. Edwards left wide open. Shot is up and no good. Oh, they're going to call a foul on the rebound there.
I think Cameron Farrow was reaching over a little bit.
Yeah, that was a tough one because it kind of looked like all three girls were just jumping straight up for it, but I guess Cameron probably jumped into her a little bit. So Newman will take the ball out for Lady Bulldogs. She'll pass it into Owens. Owens up and good. Kind of looked like the same type of out-of-bounds play we saw Lady Cats run.
Yeah.
Cameron Farrell going to drive it in, and she got a 15-foot elbow shot there, up and it's good. Cameron Farrell's first basket of the game.
Yeah, nice turnaround jumper by Farrell.
I actually don't know that I've called her name out to take too many shots today, really.
She really hasn't. And she took 1-3 early, and that's about it.
Shot is up and no good by May. She'll get Ina King will come down with the rebound. She'll get the ball into J.C. Owsley's hands. J.C. Owsley will come up on the right-hand side. Spin dribble. She's going to pull up and shoot. Shot is up. Oh, rolls around on the rim. No good. Dazzlin Hunt comes in. Try to get the rebound from Newman. And it looks like the Lady Bulldogs will get the ball after the jump. Dazzlin Hunt, no matter what, she's willing to take the ball out after a jump ball, whether it's our ball or not. Might as well confuse them.
It worked for a little bit.
Yeah, I thought got everybody confused there for just a second. So I was kind of curious to see what was going to happen there. Newman will take the ball out. She'll get it into Edwards' hands. She'll clear him out so she can bring the ball up against Hannah Hill. Hannah's going to have to put those jets on. She'll drive it all the way in, get into Owens. Owens will bring the ball down and go up for a nice shot.
Nice dump pass.
So Cameron Farrell's going to bring it up the left-hand side. Looks like she's going to get fouled by Newman.
Yeah.
That'll be her second foul. Connie Hall, the only one for Lady Bulldogs with any kind of foul trouble, and she has 3.
Lady Cat starters now all back in the game.
40 to 17, 6.5 minutes left here. Lady Cats trailing to the Lady Bulldogs. J.C. Owsley turn jumper up, no good. J.C. Bassey and Newman both trying to go after the ball. Looks like it'll go off of Newman, stay with the Lady Cats. Dazzlin Hunt set to take the ball out of bounds. And Dazzlin Hunt will get the ball. She looked to pass it in. Tough pass. Ooh, cross court to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell gets it knocked away by Newman. Dazzlin Hunt coming up from behind. Newman showing her speed. Shot is up, is no good. Ball's bouncing around, and as Mickelson tries to get the rebound and put back up, she'll be fouled by Dazzlin Hunt.
We just cannot catch a break right now,
we
Kevin.
Really can't.
I mean, every time we turn around, we're just trying to turn around and rebound the ball, run into somebody for a foul, or hand the ball to them.
Right. And Mickelson will have an opportunity at 2 free throws here. That is the 16th foul. So after this one, it looks like they called that on the floor, so that will not be a shooting foul. So Newman will take it out of bounds here. She'll pass it into Walker. Walker will get it over to Owens. Owens to Edwards. Edwards will get it back over to Owens. Into Walker. Tough pass into Mickelson. That's a tough defensive assignment for J.C. Bassey down
against
low.
our tallest girl. Yeah. A little bit of a over-the-top pass for an easy layup.
Dazzlin Hunt fast up the side of the court, passes it to J.C. Bassey. J.C. Bassey misses the three-pointer, and Edwards will get it and bring it up. So J.C. Owsley kind of seeming like she's slowing up a little bit. I don't know if she's hurt but kind of not her normal pace either. Offensive rebound and put back there by Kiana Walker. Cameron Farrell now is going to bring it up for Lady Cats. She's going to drive it in. Good little pull-up jumper there. Shot is up, no good. And then ball will go off of Amy Newman. And Owens will come out of the ball game, and Hall will check back in, along with Summer Teeter will check in for Edwards. And it looks like we're going to have a quick timeout. 44-17, Lady Cats trailing, 5.5 minutes left here in this ball game. We'll be back right after this.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
All right, and we're back here as they're getting ready to come out of the timeout. The senior night celebration for both Ruth Ann Johnson and J.C. Bassey. Probably not exactly what they were hoping for their senior night
Kevin,
game.
this is not going to be one that they're going to want to remember. They may want to remember some of the other things, but this aspect of the night is going to be something to forget.
That's right. That's right. But again, it's an exciting night to celebrate the seniors. But again, it's a game that just is about position, not so much. Ruth Ann Johnson calling for the ball on the wrong end of the court, but she's welcome back. And Cameron Farrell. Yep. Cameron Farrell here will hand off to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt splitting the defense good. Nice pass into Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann shot up and is no good.
She was a little bit too deep under the basket. I think she would have been better served one side or the other, but when she went up, she's like, oh my goodness, the basket's right above me. Hard to get it out and around.
Yeah. Hall will pass it to Rail. Rail will dribble it up with her left hand. She's going to pass it up to Mickelson. Mickelson will just kind of hold on to it, slow it up a little bit. Tough pass there. Tried to get it to Hall, but luckily for her, Kiana Walker was there to come get it. Mickelson will get the ball back, pass it to Rail. Rail's going to look to pass it up to the top of the key, but she'll get it out to Teeter. Teeter's going to drive in, bounce it off of her foot. A couple times she's dribbled it off of her foot. J.C. Bassey, once again, not afraid to get down on the floor and get the ball, so that tie-up will go to Lady Cats. So scores remains the same, 44-17, Lady Bulldogs over Lady Cats with 4:34 left here on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cameron Farrell's going to bring the ball up, left hand here. She's going to look to pass it into Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt with a little runner. Shot is up, no good. Hall gets a rebound as Ruth Ann Johnson tries to knock it away. She does knock it out of bounds, so ball will stay with the Lady Bulldogs. Rail set to take the ball out for Lady Bulldogs. She'll pass it over to Teeter. Teeter's going to bring it up the left-hand side. Lady Cats trying to set a trap there, almost. Is able to get the ball, and then they call a travel on Rail there. The most favorite call made this evening, I feel like.
For sure.
Yeah. There's been a lot of them. It did start out that way. It kind of seemed like Lovell was the one that kind of calmed down, and they unfortunately, like you said, kind of whichever one figured it out first was probably going to start doing the right things. So J.C. Bassey tries to dribble and split the defense. Unfortunately, the ball gets stolen away by Hall. Hall gets it into Rail's hands. She'll pass it up to Teeter. Teeter coming up, and Dazzlin Hunt steals it away from behind, and she'll now bring the ball up for the Lady Cats. She'll get it into Cameron Farrell's hands here at the top of the key. She'll set them up in the offense, and now they're running a little man-to-man defense now against the Lady Cats. And J.C. Owsley will get the ball, top of the key, 3 up, and it's
Nothing
good.
but net from the right side of the court, J.C. Owsley.
So second 3 for her as well. So, oh, and then they're going to call an offensive foul on Rail there.
I was worried they could have called a defensive foul on J.C. Owsley, and then they passed it up. Dazzlin Hunt does a nice job moving her feet and gets an offensive charge called against the Lovell Bulldogs.
Right. Checking in for the Lady Bulldogs is number 40, Kennedy Owens, along with McIntosh as well. She was in the first half. Cameron Farrell driving to the right-hand side, go to that elevator screen that they run so well to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley not to get a shot off. She'll get it to Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann over to J.C. Bassey. Shot is up, no good. And Ruth Ann's able to save it, but unfortunately stepped out of bounds as she tried to save it. And shot is, or ball goes out of bounds off of Ruth Ann. Walker will bring the ball up for Lady Bulldogs. Ruth Ann Johnson jumps up to try to save the ball and bangs into the scorer's table.
I was going to say, everybody at the scorer's table just kind of swallowed their gum.
Yeah, if their head was down, I bet they popped up real fast. Rail will bring the ball over. She'll get it over to Hall. Hall back up to Kennedy Walker. Walker back over to Rail. And as she turns around, kind of loses her feet, falls out of bounds, and the ball will go out of bounds off the Lady Bulldogs.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Lady Bulldogs 44, Thermopolis 20 with 2:51 left in the game.
Cameron Farrell bringing the ball up for Lady Cats. They're looking for some screens. Good cut there by J.C. Owsley. And then it looks like a check foul there by McIntosh. That'll be her first foul.
1-and-1. Looks like Johnson's going to the line.
Ruth Ann will go for a one-on-one opportunity. So 17 fouls on the Lovell Bulldogs. First shot is up and short, and Hall will end up with the rebound. She's going to pass it up to McIntosh. McIntosh going to bring the ball up for the Lady Bulldogs. She's going to pass it up over the top to Walker. Kiana Walker will pass it back up to McIntosh. And then a 3-second call there on Kennedy Owens. And so that'll be a turnover for Lady Bulldogs.
I was trying to figure out where the call was because
Yeah.
the ball's way out top.
Right.
And it's like there's a call. I'm like looking around. I didn't see anything.
I didn't either. Cameron Farrell bringing the ball up to a 4 high here. She's going to pass it out to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley going to shoot. Shot is up, no good. Kennedy Owens will come down with the rebound. And then unfortunate foul there by J.C. Owsley. Kind of a frustration one there, I think, as Reagan May had the ball. So now Reagan May will go to the line for a one-on-one opportunity for her as well.
2:14 left in the game. Score's not changed. Thermopolis 20, Lady Bulldogs 44.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Lady Bulldogs have scored double digits every quarter, and the Lady Cats up to this point have only scored single digits. So, not going to win a lot of games that way. Actually, you'll win 0 games that way. Good rebound there is off the missed free throw. Ruth Ann Johnson hustles it down, but as she tries to pivot out of a double team, she steps out of bounds. So, another turnover there by the Lady Cats. As May takes the ball out, she'll pass it up to the top to Walker. Walker's going to pass it over, and both Cameron and Dazzlin both trying to steal the ball at the same time. Unfortunately, he goes out of bounds off of the Lady Cats. So good hustle play there, just kind of how it's been all night. You know, their hustle plays have still not, they haven't been able to reap the benefit of getting the ball. It's just gone out of bounds or something. So May passes a tough pass over to Walker, and Cameron Farrell will come over and try to take it away, and then just like I talked about, ball just ends up
Cameron has the ball in her possession, bobbles, Lovell takes it back and lays it up.
Yeah, just no one's around the rim, and it just kind of rolls into their favor. Ruth Ann Johnson, good pass into J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley
nice
up.
Pass. Ruth Ann fed J.C. Owsley, posted up on the block, turnaround jumper for 2.
So Lady Cats definitely not giving up, still putting on lots of pressure, so they're playing good and hard. McIntosh driving up the left-hand side here and gets it into Owens' hands. Owens tries to pass it across the lane to Teeter, and the ball will go out of bounds off of the Lady Bulldogs. Dazzlin Hunt set to take it out as both boys teams are getting ready to check into the game as well. Cameron Farrell, or not check into the game, but get ready for their game. Dazzlin Hunt will get the handoff from Ruth Ann Johnson. She'll pass it out to JC Owsley. JC Owsley
nothing but net
from
the corner.
And 8 points for her in this quarter. So maybe I should have mentioned the single-digit quarters earlier, because now we are officially 10 points there. So there is a timeout, so we're going to take a quick one as well.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
All right, and we're back here as they're finishing up a timeout here, getting the senior parents all lined up for their senior night. And I'm going to hand over the reins to Travis here before too long at the end of this game, so I can go down. I have a senior daughter who's been the manager for the boys team for the last 4 years, so get to go down and celebrate her as we're doing this as well. So Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 1:13 left here in the fourth quarter. Lady Cats trailing by 21, 46-25. Lady Cats are trailing. Lady Bulldogs will take the ball out. Summer Teeter passes the ball up to Walker. Walker's going to drive it up the right-hand side. She's going to slow it down a little bit, try to get it into Kennedy Owens. Poked away there by Cameron Farrell. Dazzlin Hunt ends up with the ball. She's going to drive it up the right-hand side. Tough pass across the court to Ruth Ann Johnson, and she gets knocked down to the ground, so she'll get up, and looks like she'll have an opportunity at one-on-one. And then, so she'll have an opportunity here for a one-on-one. The foul was on Kiana Walker. And again, we want to thank our sponsors for this game. For our post-game show, we'll have our Click It or Ticket post-game show, and then also our OEB stats for the game. We appreciate them sponsoring this, as well as all of our sponsors that are at the bottom of the screen for those of you watching on YO today. Ruth Ann Johnson's second free throw is up and is good as well. So she's able to make both free throws on the one-on-one opportunity. So good job here by the Lady Cats, kind of finishing out, not just giving up and playing tough. So both Ruth Ann Johnson and JC Bassey both check out of the game so they can be celebrated. Definitely upset about how the way the game went, but played really hard, so definitely nothing they need to hang their head about. They got a lot of basketball left to play here as we get ready for regionals. Ball is inbounded into Walker. Walker's going to pass it over to May. Good, tough defense here still by JC Owsley. Just 40 seconds left in the game. They're going to call a body foul there by JC Owsley. That'll be her 5th foul in the game, and so it looks like that'll send May, I believe, to the free throw line. So Reagan May will have an opportunity again at the front end of a one-on-one, and so JC Owsley will come out of the game with her 5th foul. Just a little over 40 seconds left here. Hannah Hill will check in for JC Owsley. May's first shot is up and good, so she'll have a second opportunity. That's her first basket of the game. 1 of 2 from the free throw lane right now. Second shot is up and is good as well. So back-to-back buckets for her. 48-27, 40 seconds left. Cameron Farrell going to bring the ball up fast for him. Ina King gets the ball. She'll pass it over to Hannah Hill. Hannah over to Dazzlin. Dazzlin going to pull up from the 3. Shot is up off the back of the rim. Cameron Farrell, good rebound there. Good pass over to Ina King. Ina King, a little too strong there on the shot. Ball will end up in May's hands. May's going to bring the ball up, pass it over to Walker. And looks like they're going to play catch here at the top of the key to use out the rest of the clock. 10 seconds left. The Bobcats trailing by 21. Hand off to McIntosh as Maggie Landon ties her up. First little bit of court time for Maggie as well. Ball will stay with Lady Bulldogs. 4 seconds left, I believe, in the game here. And pass will go here, and it looks like the clock will run out. So Lady Cats will lose this one 27-48 to Lady Bulldogs. And we will take a quick break and be right back for the post-game show right after this.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
Well, welcome back to the post-game show. Getting ready to get things started. We'll get the Click It or Ticket post-game show started here. As you can see in the background there, celebrating the boys as seniors at this point. We would like to thank the following people for their support through high school. His parents, Joey Johnson. His brother. With Kevin not here, I'm struggling a little bit, working to get back on track here with him. So unfortunately, the Lady Cats did not finish up the game here with the senior night at home like they would have liked to, with the final score, Lady Bulldogs at 48 and the Lady Cats at 27. Going over and reviewing some of the stats here. We'll be starting that here shortly. Like I say, struggling with some of the things. Here we go, the OEB stats for the game. We'll start with the Lady Bulldogs. Scoring for the Lady Bulldogs, as Kevin had mentioned, they had 10 points in the first quarter, 12 in the second, 14 in the third, and 12 in the fourth for really nice, even scoring throughout the game. Scoring for the Lady Bulldogs, starting off, Kennedy Reel, she had 1 point. Reagan May had 2. Kiana Walker had 2, as did Connie Hall and Summer Teeter. The next highest score, we had Amy Newman with 5, Kaylee Owens with 6, and then our 2 high point scores for the game come from Libby Mickelson, who had 13, and Lily Edwards of 15. So really nice scoring show for the Lady Bulldogs, and they scored a little bit above their season average of 42 at 48. Switching over to the Lady Cats. The Lady Cats scoring per quarter. We had 7 in the first quarter, but then had our second quarter slump of only 2 points, followed by 6 points in the third quarter, and then a nice fourth quarter kind of relay. For only quarter we were in double digits with 12. Scoring for the Lady Cats, we only had 5 girls scoring tonight. Cameron Farrell had 2 points. Ina King had 2 points. Both Rusanne Johnson and Cadence Bowman had 6, and leading all scores for the night was J.C. Owsley with 11, 8 of which came in that final fourth quarter. So again, as we talked about earlier, the ladies just on both sides, the ball was not kind in the first quarter and a half, and then the Lady Bulldogs kind of seemed to get the grease off the ball and doing some of the things that they wanted to do, where the Lady Cats just weren't able to kind of get things in rhythm. So we're hopeful that moving into the game against Powell tomorrow night, the Lady Cats will be able to kind of regather, as that Powell team is a decent team, but one I think that the Lady Cats can match up with rather nicely. So moving now to the players of the game. Maybe. May have to just give you the players of the game without bringing the things up on the screen. There we go. So for players of the game, for Papa Murphy's player of the game tonight goes to Ruth Ann Johnson, not just for tonight, but for all the stuff that she's done for this program for the last 4 years. Ruth Ann has been the leading scorer for the year and done a lot of good jobs. Always able to give her all on both ends of the court. The Gatorade player of the game tonight we're going to give to J.C. Bassey, also another senior who's played basketball for 4 years, done a great job, and is one of the biggest hustlers on the court at all times. From that standpoint, what she gives up in height, she gains in heart. So it'll be a sad thing not seeing these ladies on the floor next year, but we still have one more game up in Powell this weekend to finish out the regular season, and then wish them luck moving on to regionals next week. So that is the post-game show with the players of the game. Want to thank One Eye Buffalo for the stats of the game, and the Click It or Ticket post-game show for the support. Appreciate all of you joining us on 101.9 and WIO Today YouTube. We'll be letting you watch a few of the commercials while we prep for the boys pregame and finish up with the senior night here at Bobcat Gym.
When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Hey there, how's your day going?
Frustrating. My car's check engine light came on, and they can't take it in till next week. And then Max, our Rottweiler, chewed up my glasses, and I'm going to have to wait at least a week to get another pair. It seems you have to wait for everything important.
I know the feeling. Some things seem to take forever to get done.
Forgot to ask, how's your day?
I had to take my daughter into the clinic to have her arm looked at.
Let me guess. You had to wait to get an appointment. What was it, 1 week, 2 weeks?
Same day.
What? Same day?
We go to Hot Springs Health. They offer same-day appointments at all their clinics. Riverton, Shoshone, Thermopolis, Worland, and Basin. You just call the clinic and you have an appointment in a matter of minutes. It's easy and so convenient.
Wow, so Hot Springs Health actually values our time? Thanks for the advice. Now if I could only get a same-day appointment for Max. He hasn't been the same since he ate my glasses. He keeps running around and making a spectacle of himself.
For more information or directions, please visit hotspringshealth.com, your hub of healthcare in the Basin.
Just letting everybody know we're getting ready to start the pregame show for the boys as we've just finished the senior night here in Thermopolis. We're also celebrating the Pink Out or cancer awareness, and there's some fundraising activities going on. You can hear the band in the background. So as Kevin finishes up senior night for his daughter, then we'll be back for the start of the Gotchi pregame show.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Nail it.
All right, and welcome back. We're going to do the pre-game show here as we finished up our post-game there. And again, thanks to Travis for helping me out on the...
Well, it was not pretty, Kevin. I did about as well as you did without me running the camera. It was like, okay, we're going to leave this up and I'll just talk what I'm supposed to talk, because I know what I'm supposed to say, but operating the computer, I was struggling. My fingers were not as adept at yours as getting things on and off the screen.
I understand completely. Well, it's good to know that as a team we do better than we do by ourselves. We'll put that down as one of our keys to the game whenever we do it. And I say that to preface that he's bailing on me for the rest of the season. No, that's okay. He has other obligations. So, it's again exciting to get to celebrate our seniors. We have 6 boy senior players, and then my daughter there was the manager of the team as well. So fun to celebrate them as well. So. As we talk about this game, not a pretty game. Again, it was a Tuesday makeup game that we played against them. When did you say this? January or February 7th, I think you said, is when
February
we played them.
7th, and the final score of that game, as you remember, was a brutal 33-66.
Yeah.
They shot unbelievably. I'll kind of go over some of the stats here in a second, but it was a crazy night for them.
Right, they had a really good game, and unfortunately we did not answer to that. So an important game for us. Really, in order for us to kind of change our position in the rankings, we need to start with tonight. We need to win tonight to get a conference win, and then go to PAL and get a second one as well. But that doesn't matter if we don't handle business today. So with that being said, why don't you go ahead and go over some of those stats, and then we can go over your Edward Jones keys to the game.
So with the stats for Thermopolis versus Lovell, if you look at the season, the biggest difference is Lovell on their 2-point shooting shoots 47% from the field, where Thermopolis is shooting 40%. And they've actually shot the ball 679 times from the 2-point range, where we've only shot it 510. So it kind of shows you, that they do get the ball up a little bit more than we do. They score 51 points a game, where we score 48. The other big difference is the turnovers. We average 19 turnovers a game, and they're averaging only 12. So if you take those 7, you're scoring 50% on those. That's an easy 8-point differential right there. If we look at the last game where we played, where Thermopolis had a rough night, 33, and Lovell had a great night at 66, Thermopolis was shooting 21% from the 3-point land. Lovell was unconscious from 3, shooting 48%. Jeez. And then the 2-point percentages, Thermopolis 30, Lovell 43%. And it didn't get any better from the free throw line. We shot 26% and they shot 45%. As we look at some of the other numbers, that night we had 17 turnovers and they had 8. We had 6 assists, they had 20. We had 6 steals and they had 12. So hopefully, if you look at the numbers on the season, we match up a lot better than what we showed last time we went into that game. I was a little bit more hopeful that we'd have a little bit better success. So keys to the game this week, Kevin, we've kind of been talking about this theme of culture in this team, and or the idea of chemistry with this team. And I think chemistry is going to be the key, and if they can hopefully kind of get back into some sort of a rhythm this weekend, it would sure set them up for potential success in the regionals. This team is one that I don't think has performed to its ability. And a lot of people have made the comment that, man, Thermopolis is kind of that, unknown who's going to show up tonight. And if they show up firing on all cylinders, I think we can be competitive next weekend. So I'm sure hopeful that they can get that chemistry figured out and get us moving. Number 2, execution of the small things. You and I talked about making the right pass, not turning the ball over, taking the right shot, taking a good shot rather than taking a shot. And then the last one, and I'm hopeful the most important one tonight, is that the senior crew steps up.
Right. No, I agree. And I mean, those are all huge for us because they were all kind of the things that weren't evident in the last time we played. And really, the chemistry thing's really big. We saw, again, to go back to kind of the JV game, it was similar results in Lovell where the JV team lost by 32, I believe, something like that. And they came out tonight and won by 15.
Right.
So again, it was just kind of a difference in, who's playing where and what and everything, and it was huge to see them play the way they did. So would like to see that carry over then into the game tonight as well. And with the 6 seniors, what they're going to be able to come out, and it's an exciting night for them. The bleachers are full, lots of people here to watch an exciting game, so it'd be nice to see them come out and play hard and do really good as well. So yeah, excited to see what the game will be like today. Corbin Simmerall, who did get injured in the season and has a torn ACL, wearing a brace on that, he I think we'll get to see him maybe get a step out on the court, which will be really cool just to come out as a starter for the Bobcats. But we are going to take a quick break here. That is, again, the Edward Jones Keys to the Game presented by Travis Winger. And that will finish up our pregame show presented by Gotchi. And when we come back, we will have the Sutherland starting lineups right after this.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear: the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
All right, and we're back here for the Sutherland starting lineups as they have the lights off and they're doing our starting lineup. So we got the starters for Lovell Bulldogs: number 1, Carter Lundberg; number 2, Joel Padilla; number 3, Trey Wambeck; number 4, Oz MacArthur; and number 23, Parker Anderson. For the Bobcats, Coach Corpening's been known to do this, and it's awesome to see. He has 6 seniors. Hard for him to start out with somebody on the bench, so he starts all 6 seniors. We'll take the technical and then let them go ahead and shoot. So the 6 starters and 6 seniors are McCoy Longwell, Hadley Johnson, number 11 Gavin Shumway, number 12 Cord Simmerall, number 22 Corbin Simmerall, number 54 Owen McCumber. And those are your starters for tonight. Again, fun to see them all get to come out. Looks like, I thought he was going to start out with him out on the court, but it looks like he's not going to have Corbin step out on the court. So he's going to go ahead.
He's still standing at court side, so
Yeah.
I don't know what his plan is, if he's going to put him in for a brief.
Yeah, I thought maybe, it's going to have him step out, and then the ball goes out of bounds, so they're going to try to draw, try to run a 6-man game.
Now we got 6 on the floor.
Yeah. So they're going to run down. Looks like now they'll call. Well, it looks like they're going to let him run it and try it out and see what happens.
So, I don't think the refs have figured it out yet.
Corbin had a chance to shoot the ball. They still haven't called out that they have the 6 players out there.
Yeah, the one ref's kind of like, what's going on?
He's like, what in the world is going on?
All right, he shoos him off. He's not going to give him a technical. That's a nice job by the ref, recognizing that frustrating for a senior to have a season-ending injury. So he gave him his 10 seconds on the floor and then ushers him off, no technical.
Yeah,
so
and I
appreciate that.
It looks like maybe they are going to still going to take the technical shot and have Carter Lundberg's going to shoot him, it looks like. So they are going to call it technical, but it was a good idea. I honestly wish Corbin would have shot the ball.
Yeah,
I don't know what they would have done if they did it. So 10 seconds off. It is a technical foul, so Carter Lundberg will go to the line to shoot 2. But nice gesture to get Corbin out there. And first one is up and no good. It was kind of funny watching the Bobcats look around at each other, too, because they were like, we didn't think we'd get away with it.
How long are they going to let us fly?
Yeah. Second one is up and good. So just 10 seconds into the game with a technical foul there, or technical on the Thermopolis bench. They go up 1-0, the Bulldogs do. Pass will come into Joel Padilla. And he'll pass it inside, try to get it into Wamback. Wamback over to Lundberg. Excuse me there, and get it into Parker Anderson. Anderson also one of their tallest guys, but he's also a good shooter from the outside. Pass it into Wamback. Wamback back out to Lundberg. Lundberg with a 3. Shot is up, no good. Tries to follow his own shot, does get the rebound. Both McCoy hustling to get to the ground, and no look pass there from Joel Padilla.
He's got some slick passes and nice moves.
Yep, it was a good look, and looked like Oz MacArthur was not able to handle it. So pass from McCoy goes into Cord Simmerall. Looks like Joel Padilla is going to get called for a foul there as he tries to cut off McCoy and get the ball there. So it'll be Bobcats ball on the far side. Oh yeah. And picked up right where I left off last time against Lovell, and have the starting lineup still up there. Hadley Johnson with the ball. He'll pass it over to Cord. Cord will get it over. Oh, good. Ooh. Oh, that was a good pass there.
The right pass,
from
not a
Gavin.
good pass.
Well, it's the right, yeah, exactly. Padilla gets the ball into Anderson. Anderson with a deep left-hand 3. Shot is up, no good. Good rebound there by Cord Simmerall, and they're going to call a foul on Wamback.
I think these teams are going to have to kind of figure out this ref and crew too. Last game they called it super tight and then kind of loosened up. We'll have to see if they kind of pull call the same game.
Right. So with Cats getting that technical foul, that'll be a foul on them. Turnover there by McCoy as it bounced off his leg. Padilla ends up with it. He'll pass it across to Lundberg. Lundberg up to Anderson, over to Padilla. Padilla's going to head fake, drive baseline. His left hand. Back out to Lundberg. Lundberg's going to drive it in. He kicks it back out to Anderson. Anderson drives in, little floater through the middle. Shot is up and is good by Parker Anderson. I felt like they passed on about 2 or 3 shots there, and it's kind of one of those pass up a good shot to get a great shot, and it's a good little floater there by Anderson. McCoy bringing the ball up, man-to-man defense by Lovell. He'll pass it over to Hadley Johnson. Hadley Johnson looking for a screen from Cord, still being patient with it. Owen McCumber looking to take a three, drives it in with his left hand, passes it off to Hadley Johnson. Hadley Johnson will use this screen here, run a screen and roll with Cord. Drives it in. Good drive by Hadley Johnson. Good, strong
nice move. Just couldn't quite finish.
No, Anderson with it on the ground. Hadley Johnson fighting for it. Ends up in Lundberg's hands. And again, Hadley Johnson still playing tough defense.
Boy, he is. He's all over the floor tonight.
Joel Padilla will drive it in. Kick out to Anderson. Anderson with the three. Shot is up. No good. Wambach gets a rebound. Offensive board up and good by Trey Wambach.
Totally unblocked out. Just able to grab it off the rim and set it back in.
Yeah. Looks like Jet Longwell set to check back in, probably coming in for Owen McCumber. So he's Gavin Shumway is going to bring the ball up for Bobcats. He's going to drive it in, kicks it out to McCoy. McCoy with the three, shot is up, long. Anderson with the rebound. He'll pass it over to Lundberg. Lundberg will bring the ball up for the Bulldogs. Pass it over to Anderson. Anderson will drive it in. Again, the Bobcats going to have to remember he's a good left-hand shooter, so kind of overplay him on the left-hand side. He'll pass it over to Lundberg. Lundberg will get it back up to the top of the key to Anderson. Anderson over to Padilla. Padilla, no-look pass inside to Wambach. Wambach turn, kind of baby hook. Shot is up, no good. McCoy Longwell comes down with the rebound. Gavin Shumway had a lane for a second, but he's just a little bit late to get it past the Cord Simmerall. Cord Simmerall, long three. Shot is up, is long, and Owen McCumber tries to come in for the rebound. He'll get the foul called on him over the top of Padilla. Owen McCumber gets his name in the scoring book, so good to see that senior come out and play. This is his first year playing basketball, I think, since his 8th grade year, so something he just wanted the camaraderie and be part of a team, and it's good to see him do that and be part of this all season long. Ball gets over to Anderson. Anderson will drive it and pass it over to Wambach. Wambach to Lundberg. Lundberg to Anderson back at the top of the key. He's going to spin, kick it out to the newly checked in Robert Romero. Shot is up, no good, but Oz gets the Parker Anderson gets a rebound, put back. Thanks for catching me looking down. Gavin Shumway will bring the ball. He's calling for a screen from Cord. He's going to drive it in. Nothing there on the roll.
Nice
good pass from Jet. And up and good.
Jet Longwell, top of the key, drills a pass down to Cord, cutting across the middle, up and in for a nice, easy shot.
Yeah, it was good to see. That was a good play. Kind of like that variation to their screen and roll that they've been running. Pass over to Wambach. He asked for a screen from Anderson. He'll drive baseline, try to kick it back up to Oz MacArthur. No good. Gavin Shumway gets it from Jet Longwell, and he'll slow it up as he brings the ball up for the Bobcats. And McCoy Longwell calling for a screen. He's going to drive it in with his left hand. Oh, great look. And actually, if he'd had Jet cut into the hoop, it was
Brother's intuition didn't quite work that time. But, yeah, Jet made the right pass. McCoy made the right pass. Jet, like you said, just wasn't moving to the basket.
Right.
He would have been wide open if he did.
Yeah, that was a good look by him. So Patillo will get the ball from Wambach. 3:20 left in this fast-paced first quarter already. Score only 2-7. Bobcats trailing the Bulldogs. Wambach into Padilla. Padilla, good head fake, good hesitation dribble there. Shot is up, no good. Cord Simmerall with the rebound gets it into Gavin Shumway. So Lovell showing a little bit of frustration here on some of their missed baskets. It looks like they're used to making, and that can maybe play in the favor of the Bobcats here if they can kind of keep it within distance here. Gavin Shumway with a long three, shot is up and good.
22-footer Gavin from the left side, nothing but net. It'd be nice to get him rolling on senior night, kind of do to them from the three-point line what they did to us last time.
And just like that, it's a 2-point game. So Romero drives baseline and gets it off to Anderson. Anderson drives baseline as well, gets it into Wambach. They do a lot of passing and attacking. There's not a lot of standing still by them. Padilla will pass it over to Anderson. Anderson attacks the elbow again. Little floater, left-hand shot up, no good.
Good pick up defensively by Coy.
Cord already getting a number of boards, leading the team in rebounds and kind of keeping up with that. Good pass from Gavin into Cord. Cord drives left-handed. Shot is up.
Up and in and fouled on the shot. Cord will go to the line. Bobcat or Pinnacle Bank scoreboard with 2:06 left in the first. Bobcats 7, Lovell Bulldogs 7. So Cord, if he hits this one, we can take the lead for the first time.
Opportunity to take the lead, and that foul was on Trey Wambach, which is his second and third team foul there. So one of the Lovell starters already picking up 2 fast ones, so he'll come off. Free throw is up and is good, so Bobcats take their first lead of the game, going up 8-7, so some good scoring there between Gavin and Cord so far. Joel Padilla bringing up the right-hand side. He'll pass it over to Anderson. Anderson to Romero. Romero handoff to Padilla. Padilla, a little hesitation again there. He'll pass it out to Davin Crosby. And it looks like they're going to call a foul there.
I don't know if that's a block or a reach, but a little bit too much contact as they drove the middle. And man, Kevin, I'll tell you what, you were right. This Lovell team attacks that middle hard. They pass out and then attack every single time.
Yeah, they look at that elbow, the opposite elbow is kind of what they're coached to do is pass it, attack that opposite elbow, and then look to kick out if you don't have anything open. Pass out to Romero. Romero long 2, shot is up and is good. So Romero with a bucket there. So they'll take the lead 9-8 over the Bobcats. McCoy Longwell drives in, able to draw a foul there. Looks like Romero's going to get his foul. 2 shots going to go up for McCoy. And that will be on, they called that on number 10, so TJ Sheeler actually picks up his first foul.
Wasn't sure if he's going to be him or Owen Walker, who's a freshman. I think he's 6'6", a big kid, plays the post really well. We were talking before the game. He's a freshman, and he's shooting 68% from the field. Doesn't shoot threes, but that's a pretty impressive stat for a guy that shoots a lot.
Yeah, and he's tall, but his feet are telling me that he's going to be a lot taller because he's got some feet on him.
Yeah, they're at least probably 17s.
Yeah, McCoy Longwell knocking down both free throws, so takes the lead back by 1, 10-9. A little over a minute left here in this first quarter.
Ooh.
Tough pass there by Lundberg. Almost, I don't know if it got knocked away by
I think Gavin tipped it there.
Joel Padilla will make a couple crossover moves. Shot is up, no good. Lundberg gets a rebound. Anderson fakes a 3. He'll drive in with the left-hand side. Back out to Padilla. Padilla cross court to Lundberg. Lundberg head fakes on the 3. Anderson pass it into Owens, and then there's going to be a push in the back there by Cord Simmerl. So yeah, after watching Owens in the JV game, I think the varsity crew knew their hands were going to be full, and they're going to have to work hard against him. So.
He just moves well with the ball, without the ball. And once he gets it in his hands, he's not afraid to face up and take it in.
No, he does a great job down.
As a freshman, that's pretty impressive.
Lundberg passed the ball out here. He's going to get the ball back. Pass it out to Blake Wilson. Blake Wilson in for the first time. Padilla just has a good little head fake.
Good
Shot
give
is
and
up
go.
and good.
Gave it up to Walker. Walker gave it right back and laid it in from the far side.
Yeah, and he's got a nice soft touch on that shot too. So extended 1-3-1 here by the Lovell Bulldogs. Shot from the corner from Cord Simmerall up and no good. And Walker's going to come down with the rebound. Lundberg with it now, bringing it up, passes it up to Blake Wilson. Back to Lundberg. Lundberg with the 3 all the way in and then comes right back out. Hadley Johnson with a great rebound. Passes over to Gavin Shumway. Gavin Shumway bringing it up the left-hand side. He'll pass it to Jet Longwell. Cross court to Hadley Johnson. Quick pass over to McCoy Longwell. Shot is up and no good. So Bobcats are going to get every shot they want from there, but long half-court shot. Oh, my goodness, I thought that was going to be good.
Padilla with the half-court shot and drills it off the backboard.
Yeah, it looked good from here. So after one fast-paced first quarter, Bobcats trailing the Bulldogs 10-11. We'll be back for the second quarter right after this.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back after the first quarter. Here getting ready for the second now. Again, thanks to you watching on listening on 101.7 KDNO, and those of you streaming live on YouTube on the WYO Today page. Appreciate you spending some time with us, and you'll notice those of you watching a lot of pink in the stands as they were doing a pink out for the T-town Crusaders, so good cause there, doing a lot of fundraising for them today as well. So Bulldogs with the ball to start the second quarter here, as it's like Bomengen will get ready to check into the game here. Padilla, good pass.
Nice
down
pass.
low.
Tell you what, Padilla is just dangerous when he has a ball in his hands, whether he's shooting or passing, because, man, his passes are right on and always the right one.
Right, and he passes it down into Davin Crosby. Crosby making a good
nice pass
there from Gavin Shumway, and unfortunately not able to make it.
Hadley Johnson had a great move catch and just couldn't get the reverse layup to go in.
No, almost. If he could have dunked it, it was a good baseline cut right there.
You
Padilla
don't get much better than that.
No, and Padilla with the long shot up and good for him as well.
Just like that, levels up 16-10. Bobcats with the ball.
Yeah, quick 2 scores for the Bulldogs, and Coy will pass it up to a high post, and Cord Simmerall. Cord will pull up, jump shot. Shot is up, man, rolls around on the rim. Walker pulls down another board. Padilla will bring it up for the Bulldogs. He'll pass it over to Wilson. Wilson gets it back to Padilla. Padilla will pass it over to Lundberg, who passes it back to Wilson. Wilson back over to Padilla. Padilla cross court to Lundberg. So again, Bobcats playing a good man-to-man defense here, being patient. Lovell's just trying to seek out something here. Tough shot there, left-hand shot.
No block out.
Yeah. And looks like Davin Crosby gets another putback here. He gets a shot up, gets his own rebound, putback, gets fouled in the process. It looks like that'll be team's 5th foul there, and that'll be Hadley Johnson's 1st foul. So Cody Bomengen will check in for Hadley Johnson. Shot up by Crosby is up and is good. So Davin Crosby does play a lot for the Bulldogs. He does come off the bench for him, and I remember last game did a lot of work. So although he doesn't start, he does a lot for the team coming off the bench. Gavin Shumway playing catch with Cord Simmerall here, back and forth as Lovell has an extended 1-3-1 here. Gavin Shumway fake pass.
Nice pass for Kev. Nice three from the far side, about the 10 o'clock position. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, we got 6:12 left in the second with the Lovell Bulldogs 19 and Thermopolis Bobcats 13.
That's right. It looks like we got a full timeout here, so we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be right back after this.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
All right, and we're back, and Travis has an update for us for our wrestlers.
Well, for you wrestling fans, the Bobcats are not wrestling with the full team this week. They had some unfortunate things going on, but for the wrestlers who are down there, Sam Skelton lost early, and he's in the wrestlebacks, but still in. Will Ward just finished in the semis, and he'll be wrestling in the finals tomorrow night. And still to wrestle in the semis tonight are Rhodey Farrell and Brody Sorensen. So that's the 4 that are left back in your wrestling currently.
And we're in play here as Walker gets a long pass for the Lovell Bulldogs as they come in to start out after the timeout. Gets over to Wilson. Wilson will take a long 3. Shot is up, no good. Walker now is going to get a foul called as Bomengen had a good box out there. And he'll get a foul called on him. That's his first. And then it looks like Zach Hasey will be set to check in, and he's going to check in for McCoy Longwell. 13-19, Bobcats trail just by 6 here. Just under 6 minutes left in this first half. Zach Hasey with a tough pass, tries to pass it down baseline to Cord Simmerall. Crosby gets a steal, tough pass by Padilla. And good block by Bomengen. Good block there by Bomengen, and as Wilson tried to go up, and then he comes down, and Bomengen and Walker get tied up, so it'll be a jump ball to the Bobcats. That was a nice full court bounce pass.
Yeah,
from
I was going to say that was a rocket and right on the mark. I tell you, when he makes a pass, there's no question who's it going to, because it's right in the breadbasket.
Zach Casey with the ball. Good cross-court pass to Cord Simmerall. Cord Simmerall going to drive in. Jump shot there by him. No good. Walker
nice
down
board.
with the rebound. And, yeah, good steal there by Cord Simmerall to just rip it out of Walker's hand. Oh, my goodness. And shot goes up, and it's good. Padilla with a beautiful pass to Blake Wilson.
A cross-court bounce pass angled to the block for an easy layup.
Yeah.
Thermopolis is really going to have to pick up their defense getting back a little bit early, because with Padilla running the show, he can make that pass, thread the needle.
Right. Yeah, and so McCoy Longwell is going to check in here for Jet Longwell. Gavin Shumway to take the ball. He'll pass it to McCoy up at the top of the near half court. Getting this extended 1-3-1, really giving kind of Bobcats a little bit of a hassle, but they're going to have to knock down some outside shots to open up that middle here. Zach Casey with it. He'll pass it to Cody Bomengen. Cody passed out to Gavin Shumway. Gavin Shumway dribbling with his left hand.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, man, a good look, but too high. Bounces off Cord's hands and then off his head, and he'll go out of bounds to the Bulldogs. And those are just ones they have to have. Those are the one little crease that they leave open, and you got to get it in there.
The right pass, just not a good pass, you know.
Had a lot of heat on it, that's for sure. Padilla with it here at the top of the key. Bobcats running a 2-3 zone here. Walker with it.
Nice move by Walker. Give and go from Padilla to Walker. Walker just takes about a 12-foot jumper for two.
Cody Bomengen up at the top of at the free throw line.
Ooh, nice
high post.
Fake by Zach Hasty. Can't finish the baseline drive.
And then Walker gets a rebound, clears it out, gets the ball now into Parker Anderson's hands. Parker Anderson back in the game, so he'll get it over to Blake Wilson. Blake Wilson back to Anderson. Anderson wide open. Shot is up, no good. But Wilson gets the ball again. So Bulldogs not shooting nearly as proficiently from the three-point line as they did last time, but still getting some boards. Zach Casey nearly stealing it from Crosby, gets it back into Wilson. Wilson passes it to Crosby. Crosby drives in, passes it to Padilla. Padilla's going to drive in with the left hand.
Move.
Oh, and they're going to call a travel call.
I don't know about that. In all fairness to the Lovell fans, that was looked like a good move to me.
I agree. But once again, it's the favorite call of the crew so far tonight. And they even got the ball checked in, and we still had 2 or 3 players still on the court trying to get off. So we're going to hustle this one along. McCoy Longwell pass over to Gavin. Gavin going to fake the three. He's going to pass across to McCoy. Really, like I said, the Bobcats are going to have to take some of these open shots and knock them down to really loosen up this 1-3-1, because right now it's been suffocating. Shot is up, no good by Gavin.
Ooh, nice move by Gavin.
Walker gets Walker in the air.
Drives down the left lane, misses his shot, gets his own rebound, fakes. Walker's their big guy, goes up, draws a foul, makes it, and they'll be shooting for a 3-point play.
Right, and if we can get him into foul trouble, that's his second, so he is going to come out of the game now as Oz MacArthur comes in. But yeah, get him into foul trouble now. They'll probably save him for the second half, I would say. 3:16 left here in the first half. Bobcats trail 15-23. Free throw is up and no good for Gavin for the and-one opportunity. Padilla with the ball now, bringing it in. He'll drive in, get the ball stolen away. Zach Hasty ends up with the ball. He's a little hesitation dribble by him, and he'll get fouled there by Blake Wilson.
And we'll be going to the line for 1-and-1. That's their 7th team foul, unless they already got it on the board. We'll see. Yep, we should be going 1-and-1.
So Zach Casey will go to the line to shoot a 1-on-1 opportunity. Yeah, so a couple freshmen in here for the Bobcats, Zach Casey and Cody Bomengen. As the free throw is up and is good for Zach Casey for the first one. Have opportunity a second here. As Cord Simmerall and Del Dukes will check in for the first time for Gavin and Cody. I think this is Gavin's first rest into the game. Second one is up and is no good, and Anderson comes down with a rebound. He gets the ball into Jared Mangus's hands. Padilla will pass it up to Wamback.
Once again, Padilla working his magic. Perfect assist. How many assists he's got tonight, Kevin?
Yeah,
he's already got to have 5.
I would say so, and he does a lot with his eyes. He looks one way, passes it the other, and then he picks up a second kind of silly foul on him as well, as he was trying to get a quick reach in steal there. Unable to do that, so Lundberg will check in for him. So out of the things he does good, he's pretty frustrated with himself here on the bench now, and understandably so. McCoy unable to make the free throw, so McCoy Longwell's first one is up and is no good. Ball gets into Wambach's hand. Wambach's going to just drive in. No one there to play in defense, and easy shot for him.
The ball scores, Kevin. You got to stop the ball when it's coming down the lane, whether it's your man or not.
That's right. McCoy Longwell will bring it up on the far side. He's going to pass it into Cord Simmerall's hands. Cord looking at the high post, gets it back over to McCoy Longwell. Jet in at the high post, and pass off of McCoy gets stolen, but he gets the ball back, and then it looks like Anderson or somebody reached in on him. Maybe stole the ball away from him as well. So that foul will be on number 5, Jared Mangus. That'll be his first foul. Nobody really for the Lovell Bulldogs in foul trouble, a couple with 2 fouls. And same with Bobcats, nobody with more than 1. So Gavin Shumway will check back in for Zach Hasty, 2:11 left here in the first half. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows Lovell Bulldogs up by 11, 27-16 over Bobcats. McCoy's going to have a chance at a one-on-one opportunity again. First one is up and is good. So right now he's 3 of 4 from the free throw line, so doing well there. And then he'll have an opportunity here to make another one for the Bobcats.
Nice to cut it down less than 10.
Shot is up and is good, so gets it within 9.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Lovell 27, Thermopolis 18 with 2:10 left in the game. Gavin Shumway steals the ball wide open, and I thought he might like to dunk it.
Yeah, he kind of looked like he wanted to.
And he's like, I better just score points.
He's like, senior night, do I try, do I try? Anderson with the ball here from Lundberg. Lundberg thinks about a long 3, but changes his mind. He gets it into Jared Mangus. Back to Anderson. Anderson not afraid to shoot it, and the shot is up and is good for Parker Anderson.
He's about 24 feet back.
Yeah, he's got some range on him for sure. He can shoot it. So back to a 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. Tough pass from Gavin Shumway to Cord. Cord jumps up. Ball gets knocked out of his hands by Oz MacArthur as he just stood straight up. Lovell Bulldogs with the ball. Lundberg will get the ball, get it to Anderson. Anderson feeling it, so he's going to take another one down.
Anderson hits another 3 from about 21 feet that time. Stroking it easy.
Yeah, he did. So pass down into Jet Longwell. Jet gets it to Cord to Gavin. Gavin back to Cord. Cord long across to McCoy. McCoy going to take his shot at a 3. Shot is up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up for layup. Del Dukes gets offensive board.
Nice
shot
offensive board on the left side. Del Dukes for an easy up and in.
That was a good play by Del. That's kind of what Del does. And then he kind of did what we've seen Padilla do a few times. He just tries to make it something happen instead of just keeping him in front of him. So he's
just
pick
wanted
up
the ball back.
Yeah,
so that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
do it again.
I like scoring. It's fun. So, and that'll be just the 16th foul on the Bobcats. Under a minute left here. Pass it out to Oz MacArthur. Oz MacArthur will pass it out to Anderson. Anderson, looks to shoot. Gavin Shumway tips it. Cody Bomengen ends up with the ball. He'll get it into McCoy Longwell. 45 seconds left here in this first half. Pass it out to Gavin. Gavin passes it into Jet Longwell. Jet into Cody Bomengen. In through traffic. As he goes up for the shot, he'll be fouled there by Anderson. So Cody Bomengen with the chance at 2 free throws.
Hopefully he shoots free throws a little bit better this game than the JV game. It was a little rough that game.
And they did call that on Oz MacArthur, not on Anderson. So I need to not assume how he's going to make it. And Cody makes the first one. Second free throw is up. And a little hard off the back of the rim. MacArthur comes down with the rebound. He'll pass it up to Anderson. Anderson to Lundberg. Lundberg left wide open. And 3 is up and no good. Blake Wilson will come down with the rebound. He's looking to get out of trouble here. Cross-court pass to Lundberg. Lundberg will pass it over to Wilson. Wilson will decide to take a 3. Shot is up way too hard off the back of the rim. Del Dukes a little casual after he got the rebound. Lundberg steals it away. Shot is up and is good for Carter Lundberg.
6 seconds left. Coy Longwell driving in.
Shot is up. Offensive foul by McCoy.
Late call from the ref on the opposite side of the court, half court. I don't know if I agree with that one, Kevin, but that's the one we got.
Yep, it was interesting for the up ref to be the one to call it as well, just being down underneath there. But Anderson, long pass up to Wilson. Wilson's going to bring it up. He's going to have a long three. Shot is up and is no good. And so at the end of the first half, Bobcats trail by 12 behind the Lovell Bulldogs, 35-23. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for the Hot Springs Health halftime show and the one-eyed stats at the half right after this.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back here for the Hot Springs Health halftime show. And Travis just, a good first quarter there, just a 1-point game. Lovell leading 11-10, kind of a couple lead changes back and forth, and then Lovell really kind of turned it up in the second quarter and ended up outscoring us 24-13 in that quarter. Kind of forced some turnovers, and their pressure and their 1-3-1 was really hard for us to kind of contain and caused us to throw some passes that were hard to handle and things like that. So what did you see based on keys to the game and things that we had at the beginning to how we kind of put it out on the court?
Well, we talked about chemistry as number one, and I was really optimistic after the first quarter. Things seemed to be firing. I think the seniors were really on fire, moving the ball well, weren't turning the ball over, had some nice shots from Gavin, kind of getting the scoring going, and as well as Cord. But then it's the execution of the small things, and that's again where it seems like we're falling apart, both with some of the passing, some of the traveling calls, missed defensive assignments. And so, those are the two big ones I see right now. What do you think?
No, I agree. I think really it's come down to the little things where, we've brought up his name a number of times, but yeah, Joel Padilla, has thrown some passes that have been just kind of dead on and have been great passes, and some of the same passes that we've had opportunity to throw, they've been there, we've seen them, we just haven't thrown the right pass or have put a little bit too much on it or something like that that has unfortunately not allowed us to get those shots up.
I wouldn't mind to have Joe Padilla come down and teach a passing clinic to both the boys and the girls team. That kid, I'll tell you what, he, like you say, he can throw the no-look pass on a dime.
Right.
And, he's amazing in regards to how well he takes care of that ball.
You can tell he spent a lot of time watching some videos on, how to see it and seeing the court, knowing how to pass and everything. He does a great job. And with that being said, let's just go into the stats of the game, or the stats of the half by presented by One Eye Buffalo. Again, appreciate all of the sponsors that we do have. Those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO, thanks for spending some time with us on this Friday evening. And then also those of you on the YouTube app with YO Today, appreciate that as well. And our stats at the half right now, a number of scores for the Lovell Bulldogs. They have an 8 in the scorebook so far. And Carter Lundberg ended up with 3. He had one of 2 free throws. Joel Padilla just ended up with 3, but like we said, ended up causing a lot of the scoring that is happening is because of his passes. Trey Wambeck ended up scoring 6. Davin Crosby ended up scoring 5. Robert Romero had a bucket for 2. Blake Wilson also scored a bucket for 2. Owen Walker with 4. And to lead all scorers in the game, Parker Anderson has 12 where he's knocked down. He has 10. So he's tied with the most points in the game with 10. And none of them really in any foul trouble. Joel Padilla, Trey Wambeck, and Owen Walker each with 2 fouls. Other than that, no real problems for them. So how about the Bobcats?
Bobcats, you like to see we got 3 seniors leading the scoring for the Bobcats. McCoy Longwell's got 4. Cord Simmerell started out the game really hot with 5. It's kind of slowed down the second quarter where Gavin's kind of picked it up, and he has 10 points in the first half. Some of the younger crew, Del Dukes added in his 2. Zach Hasty 1 for 2 from free throw line, as well as Cody Bomengen 1 point with 1 for 2 from the 3-point from the free throw line. Sorry about that. Bobcats, in regards to fouls, we got 5 with 1 foul each. Jet, McCoy, Hadley, Cord, and Del Dukes each with 1 foul each. So nobody in foul trouble at this point. So hopefully, again, we can just kind of get through that second quarter slump that we kind of have seen and kind of get back to where we were the first quarter.
Yeah, I'd like to see them as both teams come out here getting ready to do a half time warm-up. Like to see both of the Bobcats come out with some a little bit of hustle in them and some pace, so that maybe start putting the pressure on Lovell. Because I feel like we're playing at their pace, not at our pace, and they play fast. Excuse me, but I'd like to see the Bobcats kind of do what they do well. So, so we're going to take a quick break. Thanks again to One Eye Buffalo for our halftime stats, and we'll be back to finish up our halftime show with Hot Springs South right after this.
Hey there, how's your day going?
Frustrating. My car's check engine light came on, and they can't take it in till next week. And then Max, our Rottweiler, chewed up my glasses, and I'm going to have to wait at least a week to get another pair. It seems you have to wait for everything important.
I know the feeling. Some things seem to take forever to get done.
Forgot to ask, how's your day?
I had to take my daughter into the clinic to have her arm looked at.
Let me guess. You had to wait to get an appointment. What was it, 1 week, 2 weeks?
Same day.
What? Same day?
We go to Hot Springs Health. They offer same-day appointments at all their clinics. Riverton, Shoshone, Thermopolis, Worland, and Basin. You just call the clinic and you have an appointment in a matter of minutes. It's easy and so convenient.
Wow, so Hot Springs Health actually values our time? Thanks for the advice. Now if I could only get a same-day appointment for Max. He hasn't been the same since he ate my glasses. He keeps running around and making a spectacle of himself.
For more information or directions, please visit hotspringshealth.com, your hub of healthcare in the Basin.
All right, and we're here to wrap up the halftime show presented by Hot Springs Health. And again, just kind of want to mention and congratulate our seniors on the night. McCoy Longwell, Hadley Johnson, Gavin Shumway, Cord Simmerall, Corbin Simmerall, Owen McCumber. Just again, thanks to their efforts to the Bobcat and making a good season for all these boys as they've played tough. And, you know, a number of them, I think really, except for Owen McCumber, have played all 4 years of their high school career. And that says a lot of a group sticking together and playing through. You know, they were all a big part of getting to play at state last year as well. They all had big moments in that as well, so it's fun to see that and like to see them kind of repeat in that same aspect next week as they go to regionals. Win a couple games there. That's all you have to do, win 2 and you're in. And
I was going to say, it doesn't sound like a tall chore, but for us right now, that's going to be kind of a tall one. So hopefully they can kind of, like I say, get a little momentum built this weekend to carry them in.
Right, yeah, and I think that can happen in a number of ways. The win, of course, helps in a big way, but also just coming back in a game like this where you're down 12, making it a game, you know, whatever. You want to see the win come out, but also if you can get the momentum working in the right way. So that's the hope here. So that'll wrap us up for the Hot Springs Health halftime show. We're going to take a quick break before halftime is completely over, and we'll be back right after this.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
All right, and we're back here for the start of the second half here as the Lovell Bulldogs will start with the ball here to start the second half. And again, want to thank the efforts made tonight for the senior night and also for all the efforts put in for the T-town Cancer Crusaders as well. They raised some money for a great cause. Lundberg with the ball here at the top of the key for the Bulldogs. He'll hand it off to Anderson. Looks like they're going to change up offense a little bit here. Padilla gets it into Lundberg's hand, back over to Anderson. Anderson into Padilla. Padilla pull-up jumper shot is up and is good for Joel Padilla.
And he continues, Kevin.
Yeah, he does. He didn't really skip a beat there. So 14-point lead here for the Lovell Bulldogs. Over the top pass from Hadley Johnson to Gavin Shumway. Back and forth as they kind of play catch, looking for a seam here in this 1-3-1. Gavin Shumway with an open three. That shot's going to be there, and it is up and good.
23-footer, nothing but net. Gavin's continuing the roll. Ooh.
Oh, and Anderson gets the ball, and he'll shoot ball. It doesn't draw any iron, and almost caught Cord Simmerall off, you know.
He did catch him off because he was like, I wasn't expecting it. It hit his hand and bounced out of bounds rather than catch and go, you know.
So Anderson will take the ball out for the Bulldogs underneath their own hoop. And Anderson looks to entry pass here. He's going to pass it up over the top to Lundberg. Lundberg's going to get the ball and pass it over to Padilla. Padilla back out to Wambeck. Wambeck's going to give it to Anderson. Anderson going to pass it over to Lundberg. Lundberg to Padilla. Padilla back up to Anderson. And then Wembeck's going to attack that lane. Goes up, shot is up, no good. McCoy Longwell comes down with the rebound. Lovell plays fast but patient. And,
yeah, that's for sure.
This kind of still an extended 1-3-1 where they're looking to trap. You're going to have to move the ball fast. Good
nice
fake pass. Attack there by Gavin. Shots up, and it's good.
Gavin starts at the three-point line, drives hard down the right side, kind of slices through 3 defenders, lays it up for an easy lay-in.
No, that was nice.
Made it look easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't an easy shot, but he made it look easy.
Right. And on the other end, Padilla pulls up for another 15-foot jumper. No good. Ball comes down to Hadley Johnson. Cord Simmerall gets it at the top of the key. Shot is up. No good. He's going to hustle for the ball, but unfortunately, I think Cord was out of bounds when he touched the ball. So
yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah. And ball will go to the Lovell Bulldogs. Joel Padilla will bring the ball up for the Lovell Bulldogs. He's calling for his teammates to run a play here. He's going to pass it over to Anderson. Padilla still directing him here. Gets it into Wembeck. Wembeck now looking to get it into Anderson. Anderson's going to try to run a little bit of a mismatch there, and he drives it in. Shot is up, no good. Gavin Shumway gets it. I'd probably try to run a play here to Gavin since he's knocked down a couple shots real quick. He kind of can be a streaky shooter, so I'd like to see him pull up and shoot it here, if I'm being honest. And he does that. He drives it in. Shot, up, no good. Good screen there by Jet Longwell, and then it looks like ball gets knocked out of bounds by the Lovell Bulldogs. So Bobcats will get it under their own hoop. Jet Longwell with the ball here. They're going to screen down for Gavin. Fake pass there by Cord Simmerall. He'll pass it, or he'll shoot it. Shot is up, no good. Padilla with the ball as he drives in. No look pass off it. Hadley bounces off the backboard. It almost doesn't touch ground till half court. Gavin Shumway with it. Tries to go around his back. Gets stole by Lumberg. Lumberg up to Padilla. And Padilla somehow hangs onto the ball and is able to go up and shoot. I was sure Cord was going to knock it away from behind, and he must have just felt him at the right time. So we're going to get a whistle here. Oh, we're going to get a whistle here by the ref, as I think Lumberg kind of went down earlier and was kind of limping, so it looks like they're going to call it dead and let him, not really even limping off, so I'm not sure what he saw there. I know he kind of came down, but so checking in is Romero. He's going to check in for the Bulldogs for Lundberg to get a break here. Hadley Johnson with it. He'll pass it up to Jet Longwell. Jet Longwell over to McCoy. McCoy, deep three. Shot is up. No good off the back of the rim. Padilla will get the ball. McCoy gets the steal. And nice no-look pass of his own to his brother. And shot goes up and is no good. And Padilla comes down with the rebound. That was a good no-look pass.
Well, it was a great pass.
Anderson with a long three. He hasn't drawn iron yet on either of his three. Gets it back out to Padilla. That was a good save there by Romero, I believe. Anderson.
Actually, it was Cord.
Oh, Cord, that's right. Cord did get it and he did the right thing, and he threw it deep.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't a shallow pass. If you were going to catch that shallow, it would have hurt.
Yeah. So Canyon Gerber set to check in here for Hadley Johnson for the first time in the game. It's like Gavin Shumway picked up somebody's patella tendon strap there. Good thing I put said strap. It would have been a lot worse thing if someone's patella tendon was sitting out. Canyon Gerber with it. He'll pass it to Cord at the top of the key. Cord will pull up, shoot a three, and it's good.
Nothing but net from the top of the key. Cord
so Bobcats get the lead, or cut the lead into by 8. Bulldogs up 39-31 halfway through this first quarter.
Third quarter.
Romero shoots
just
a three
like
of his
that.
own. It's good. And I keep saying Romero. I apologize. It's T.J. Sheeler actually that knocked down that three. Gavin Shumway will get it. Pass to Canyon Gerber as he cuts through. He passes it over to Cord. Cord's feeling it. He's going to shoot another three. Shot is up. No good. Crosby will come down with the rebound. Padilla, the pass, to Wambeck. Wambeck up and is good.
I mean, Padilla, he's got to have over 10 assists tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, well, and that one led to Cord and Gavin slamming into each other. So and then Gavin Shumway on the ground again as he loses the ball into Padilla's hands. Padilla's going to round the back pass to Wambeck. Wambeck's shot is up and good. So things kind of a runaway here. All of a sudden, an 8-point lead turns into a 15-point lead for the Bulldogs. It'll be a quick 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Lovell Bulldogs 46, Thermopolis 31 with 3:24 left in the third quarter.
Right, and it was just one of those where it's like we knocked down a couple shots, you know, bam, bam, and things were looking kind of good, and then all of a sudden we just kind of, like you said, got undisciplined and trying to force some things and lost the ball, and then they were on the races and making some easy buckets, which makes it hard to get a deficit knocked down that way.
Yeah, it's just sad to see because, like you say, we were on that positive run, and man, just a few simple little things, and they capitalized on our mistakes.
Yeah, and
you know,
having Gavin and Cord kind of slam into each other.
Yeah,
on one
end
end
up on the ground.
Yep,
and
then
Gavin on the other end.
Yeah, so been picking themselves up off the ground a little bit. Cody Bomengen will check in for Cord Simmerall here.
I appreciate your work and your voice, Kevin. I know it's getting a little bit rough, but you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Great job.
I'm just trying out a number of different voices for the radio, seeing which one works best. I was always told I had a face for radio. Now I'm not sure what I have a voice for, but we'll see. Gerber with the ball here at the top of the key. He'll pass it to Cody Bomengen. He'll pass it to McCoy Longwell. McCoy Longwell drives in.
Nice job, McCoy Longwell. Drives through the two defenders, cuts through the middle, and layup down the lane.
That was good. And really, only trailing them this quarter by 1. They're outscoring us 11-10. We just need to get some stops being down by 13. Padilla will pull up. Long 3 for him. Shot's no good. Gavin Chumway will come down with the rebound. He's going to bring it up the middle here. So it looks like Lovell changed into man-to-man here. Cut there by Gerber. Passes up to the top to Jet. Jet's going to pass it to Gavin. Gavin's going to shoot a deep 3. Shot is up and it's short. Padilla comes down with the rebound. He's going to pass it to Sheeler. Good block there by Jet Longwell. McCoy Longwell ends up with it. Passes up to Canyon. Gerber. Canyon's going to pull up. 15-foot jumper.
Ooh,
shot is up.
nice
no
shot.
good. Wambeck comes down with the rebound. So Padilla with the ball here. He's going to pull up from about 15, 18 feet away. Canyon Gerber comes down with the rebound. Gets it into Gavin Shumway. Gavin Shumway brings the ball up left hand on the far side. Pass over to Cody Bomengen. Cut there. They have a good pass to the wing and then a good cut. I'd like to see him hit it. If you see their numbers, I'd like to see him hit it on that cut. McCoy Longwell going to drive in again on Padilla. And they're going to call a third foul on Joel Padilla, so that will be his third, just the team's first foul.
1 minute and 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Thermopolis 33, Lovell 46.
Yeah, and that's the first foul called in the second half, so with as many bodies that hit the ground, it's kind of crazy to think that's the only foul. So Ellis Weber checks into the game for the first time. Gavin Shumway throws a pass away. Wilson able to steal it. Gets a shot up and is good. Zach Casey with the ball. He'll get into Gavin Shumway's hands. Cross court to Ellis Weber. Ellis Weber to Gavin Shumway. Ellis gets it back, thinks about a 3, passes up Zach Casey with the ball.
Jet Longwell's doing a great job posting up down low. Not sure why they're not looking at him. Gavin with the nice drive down the middle, pops a 12-footer for 2. Lovell bringing the ball down now.
Passes over to Crosby. Crosby to Wilson. Wilson will pass it over to Sheeler. Sheeler gets the ball into Jared Mangus's hands. Mangus back into Walker. And Mangus will take it up. Good block there by Cody Bomengen into Gavin Shumway's hands. Gavin will drive it up with the left hand. Ooh, good hesitation dribble there. He'll pull up. Shot is up. No good. Ellis Weber. Good
nice
pass. To Zach Casey.
Great assist. Ellis Weber to Zach Hasty cutting down this left side.
That was great. Freshman to freshman play there. I have a feeling we have a number of years of watching plays like that ahead of us, so good to see that. And Wilson will have the ball here running an extended kind of 3-man weave. Looks like
Lovell wants a timeout.
Yeah, they'll call a timeout here. It'll be a quick 30-second one, but we'll do the same. We'll be right back after this.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
All right, and we're back here, just under 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Ellis Weber, Garden Padilla. Padilla pulls up. Shot is up, no good. Crosby gets the offensive board. Shot is up, no good. Sheeler comes down. He has an opportunity to tip in, no good. Cody Bomengen finally ends the shooting barrage and gets a rebound at the buzzer. So Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows Lovell Bulldogs 48, your Thermopolis Bobcats 37. We'll be right back for the fourth and final quarter right after this.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Moreland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
As we get ready to start the fourth quarter here, just the community of Thermopolis never seems to amaze us by any means. And once again, for the T-town Cancer Crusaders, they were able to raise $1,156 for a great cause here in town, and they just presented that at between the third and fourth quarter. So again, thanks to all of them that put in the efforts there. And as we start the fourth quarter here, McCoy Longwell has the ball. He's going to drive in, and they're going to call a foul here. And that'll go on Davin Crosby. It'll be his first. No one really in any foul trouble. That's just the second foul called in the second half, both on the Lovell Bulldogs. Hadley Johnson will get the ball into McCoy Longwell. Zach Casey with the ball here on the right-hand side. He's going to try to pass it across court. It's going to get tipped away. Crosby ends up with the ball. Or Padilla. Padilla's going to drive in, pass it over to Anderson. Anderson with the tough left-hand dribble. Shot is up. No good. Crosby gets a rebound. Shot is up and it's good for Crosby. And McCoy Longwell will bring it up the far side here. Look to pass it across court to Hadley Johnson. Hadley with a little bit of an open lane there. Good head fake there. Shot is up. No good. Jet Longwell tried to put it back. No good. And then ball gets knocked away out of Anderson's hands by McCoy Longwell. Hits Walker in the knee and goes out of bounds. So Bobcats will hang on to the ball here as Gavin Shumway comes in for Zach Hasty. Gavin passes over to Jet. Jet over to Hadley. Hadley to McCoy. Back over to Hadley Johnson. And then McCoy gets it back here at the top of the key into Gavin Shumway. Back out to McCoy. Hadley with the opportunity for three. Passed it up tough over the top pass from McCoy. Back to Gavin. And Gavin Shumway about gets it tied up. And
that's a pretty quick
that
call.
Was quick. And TJ Sheeler ends up reaching in, gets a tie up there. And I almost even feel like the ref thought it was.
Yeah,
like
he looked at Coach Corpening like, yeah, sorry about that, Coach. That was a little bit too quick.
And it looks like Bobcats are going to call a quick timeout here. And it'll be a quick 30-second timeout. So we'll say right here, too, just 6:56 left here. And Bobcats trailing by 13, 50 to 37. So a better showing so far than we had last last time we played them showed a score of 66-33. So be good to see them keep it up, 13-point deficit, versus the 30. And so it'll be good to see if Bobcats can come in and do that. I missed that announcement.
So the wrestling update is we got 3 wrestlers going into the finals tomorrow. Will Ward, Rhodey Farrell, and Brody Sorensen all will be going to the finals tomorrow night at the state wrestling tournament
awesome.
in Casper.
And Rhodey Farrell will be going for his 4th, is that correct?
I think his 3rd.
His 3rd, okay.
Yeah.
So good for those guys and the effort that they've been putting in. And we also had our first female wrestler, also
Caitlin Barrow.
Yeah, and she got 3rd, I believe. So good for her as well.
First medal. I think we had 3 ladies down there wrestling, but Caitlin was the first one to place at state.
Awesome. Anderson with a deep 3 shot is up and no good for the Bulldogs. And Jet Longwell comes down with the ball. Ball comes out of his hands. Anderson gets the rebound and he goes up. So Bobcats getting outscored 4-0 so far in this quarter. Their possessions are lasting a long time, a lot of time coming off the clock. Long pass there from Hadley Johnson to Gavin Chumway as Gavin catches it in the air. Looks like he got fouled by Sheeler. And that is his 2nd foul, just the team's 3rd foul. Bobcats will take the ball out underneath their own hoop. Cord Simmerall will get it, pass it to Jet. Jet back out to Gavin. Gavin looks to drive baseline, gets it knocked out by Sheeler. So it'll go to Bobcats. Kind of in an awkward position out by the 3-point line. Setting up their play, get it into McCoy. McCoy inside to Cord. Cord will pull up, jump shot. Shot is no good. Looks like he'll get fouled by Anderson.
Well, as slow as this quarter's going, Kevin, they've already got 4 fouls. Thermopolis has 0. That could come into play if we can get a couple of more and shoot the ball well from the free throw line.
Right.
So we'll see if Cord can kind of start us on a roll there.
Yeah, it'd be good. We haven't scored in this quarter yet, so it'd be good to see him get some points up there. Looks like Ellis Weber set to check in for Hadley Johnson here. Shot is up and no good. Rattles in and out.
Front back
Yeah.
off.
Just not a friendly roll. So Ellis Weber back in. Looks like Oz MacArthur checks back in for the Bulldogs as well. Lundberg comes back in as well. Second one is up and is good for Cord. Crosby looking to throw deep. He throws it to Padilla. Padilla's going to catch it. He's going to one dribble in from the 3-point line. Shot is up, no good. Jet Longwell comes down with the rebound. Ellis Weber's going to bring it up for the Bobcats. Bring it up on the right-hand side here. Pump fakes, looks for pass over to Cord. Cord, had Jet open. Pass it to McCoy across the court. McCoy tries to force a pass through. Double team there. Cord ends up with it. Cord shoots.
Ooh, nice pass from Coy to Cord down low, just outside of the block for 2.
Yeah, I see Jet Longwell. He's working so hard inside. I'd like to see him, like to see him get rewarded as Gavin and Cord slam into each other again, and Parker Anderson ends up with an easy bucket.
3-on-0.
Yeah. I was just glad. It almost looked like Gavin and Cord's heads hit, but they walked away just fine. So McCoy with the long 3. Shot is up, no good. Cord Simmerall comes down with the rebound, gets fouled on the putback.
So Cord will be going to the line. That's 5 fouls for Lovell, still 0 for Thermopolis. May play a factor. I don't know if it's soon enough, but we'll see.
And that'll foul will be on Oz MacArthur. That'll be his second. First shot is up and is good for Cord Simmerall.
Well, we cut the lead back down to 13, which is what we started the quarter. So hopefully we can keep whittling away. We still got 5 minutes, 26 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
All right, Dell Dukes just checks in for Jet Longwell. So second shot is up and is good for Cord as well. So going 3 of 4 from the free throw line in this quarter, so that's good. Putting on a little bit of pressure here. The Bobcats are. Padilla gets it into Anderson. Anderson going to dribble it up. He's going to kind of take his time. Tries to pass it over the top to Padilla. And they're going to call a hand check there on McCoy.
Looked like pretty straight up defense, but the refs have done a good job tonight calling a
Well, and I don't know if the one hand that hit the ball, if his other hand was on his body. But
that's possible.
Still. Lundberg with the ball here at the top of the key. He'll drive it in. Gavin Shumway kind of takes a chance to try to get a steal. Shot is up, no good for Lundberg. And It looks like Oz MacArthur tries to get it. Pass stolen by Padilla. Padilla ends up with the ball. He's got Cord Simmerall on him. He's going to try to cross over. Ball's going to get out of his.
Rare thing. Padilla lost the ball trying to do some fancy footwork on the sideline and tries to go baseline, loses control of the ball out the baseline. Bobcat ball.
Looks like Caden Gerber's set to check in for Del Dukes.
Starting to see the offensive defensive switch.
Rotation starting to come in.
Yeah.
McCoy Longwell over to Gavin. Gavin Shumway. Pass it back over to McCoy. Good cut there by Canyon. Forced pass in by McCoy. Padilla ends up with it. This is a little bit late. Good luck. Just passed just a little bit late there. Anderson drives in, passes to MacArthur. MacArthur's shot is up and rolls in. His first bucket of the game. Last time we played Lovell Bulldogs, I know all 12 of them got into the books, and looks like they're going to call the ball off of the Lovell Bulldogs here. Looks like 10 of the 12 players for the Bulldogs have scored so far. Canyon Gerber with it in the corner here. Head fake. Shot is
nice shot. Canyon Gerber from the right side near the bench. Nothing but net 3.
And if I had a voice, I'd cheer really loud for it, but right now not happening. But it was a good shot there. Looks like we're going to get a quick timeout. We'll stay right here as well. 4:10 left in the fourth quarter here. Bobcats trailing now by 11, 56-45 after that 3 by Gerber. So, yeah, I mean, they're kind of hanging with it. If they can just get a couple possessions here where they can get a stop, and even if they can get some good-looking shots, you know, get a made shot out of the next 2 or 3 possessions, cut it down into single digits, then, man, they can start causing some more issues, but they really have to get a stop.
They need to stop.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line. I mean, Lovell is shooting layup after layup after layup. I mean, they've only shot, I think, one shot that's been out past 8 feet in the last 10 minutes. So we've just got to get a defensive stop and then start building on that.
No, you're exactly right. And it's going to have to start here. It looks like they're going to put some full court pressure on. Get it onto Lundberg, gets the ball, gets it over to Wambeck, passes it into Padilla in the middle, and the press is broke. But looks like McCoy and Gavin are going to try to set a trap there, and then McCoy's going to catch him on the arm. And that'll be team foul number 2 on the Bobcats, McCoy's 3rd foul.
I'll tell you, my general rule is as soon as Padilla gets the ball, quit the press, get back. Right. Because once he gets the ball, there's going to be a great pass coming. And,
Ellis Weber checked back in for Canyon Gerber. Padilla with the ball up at the top of the key, but yeah, you're right. Padilla gets the ball. It's kind of time to just get into your half-court defense. Lundberg with the ball here. He passes it off to Anderson. Anderson back off to Padilla. Padilla is going to drive in. Looks like they're going to get an offensive foul on.
Looks like 23 Anderson.
Yeah, they called it on Oz MacArthur, so it must have been. Yeah, it must have been
I
somewhere.
thought it was on the screen.
I did too, so it must have been somewhere down low, maybe trying to post up. So going to take. So that'll be his 3rd foul as well. 11-point game, 3:40 left. As Cody Bomengen checks in.
A couple scores, Kevin. That would just
huge.
light things up right now.
Yeah. McCoy Long will drive in, pass to Gavin Shumway. Gavin pass it across to McCoy. McCoy thinks about a 3. Oh, tough pass. Trying to get it into Cord Simmerall, just a little bit high and a little bit too much heat on it. Got his hands on it, but unable to catch it. Padilla will take the ball out for the Bulldogs. He'll pass it over to Lundberg. Lundberg back to Padilla. Lundberg back to Padilla. Padilla into Wambeck. Wambeck will try to pass it over to Anderson. He'll get knocked away by Cord Simmerall, so ball will go out of bounds to Lovell Bulldogs.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Thermopolis 45, Lovell 56 with 3:24 left.
Oz MacArthur with the ball. He'll get it up to Padilla's hands. Pass it back out to Anderson. Anderson with the 3. And that's going to be before the shot. Cord Simmerall tried to blow up a screen there as MacArthur came through, but actually maybe wasn't a bad foul since he
nailed the 3.
Knocking the 3 down, yeah. So that'll just be Cord's 2nd foul.
Team foul 3.
So they'll take the ball back out. Anderson will get the ball. He'll pass it out to MacArthur. It looks like they're going to probably run the same play, just the opposite side. Anderson's going to now drive baseline. Gets good position, shot is up and is good.
Somebody gave up baseline that shouldn't have. No mention names.
McCoy Longwell with the ball. He'll get it to Gavin Shumway. The hardest thing about this when you're on the offense against a 1-3-1 is to not just get caught standing, because there's a lot of open spots. But that's what they hope for. And Ellis Weber gets a long three. Shot is up. And Bulldogs end up with it. Lundberg has it. He'll pass it over to Anderson. Anderson back to Wambeck. Wambeck will pass it over to Lundberg to Padilla. Padilla wide open. Shot is up. No good. And then Wambeck ends up with the ball back in his hands. Gets it back into Lundberg's. Good defense there by Ellis Weber. Shot is up and is good for Lundberg.
Just like that, we're back down 15, 60-45 Lovell.
2:18 left here. Looks like we're going to get another timeout. We'll do the same Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. 2:18 left in the fourth quarter. Bobcats down 15, 60-45. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
All right, and we're back here for the end of the fourth quarter here. 2:15 left in the fourth quarter, 45-60. Bulldogs over the top of Bobcats. Ellis Weber pass over to Gavin Shumway. He's going to look to try to get it down low. Pass it to McCoy Longwell. McCoy keeps setting up, looking like he's going to throw a baseball pass, and then drives in. Looks like they're going to call a pushing foul there. And that'll be on Davin Crosby, his second. And looks like, somebody will be going to the line. Looks like.
Who is it?
I don't know. I
was
just
Jet.
Volunteered for it.
I was going to say, Coy's been shooting good tonight.
Yeah. Cord, you've been shooting good.
Yeah.
So he'll get an opportunity at one-on-one here. Jet Longwell. First one is up, is no good. Cord,
good
nice
forward.
one-hand rebound. Gets it out to Ellis Weber. Look to pass it right to Padilla. Padilla will pass it up to Lundberg. Lundberg layup and is good. The way it came off his hand, I thought he shot it way too hard, but he laid it up soft. Gavin Shumway will drive in. Ball gets knocked out of his hand. Looks like they're going to call that on Lundberg, and that'll just be his first. So Gavin Shumway looks like he'll have a chance at 2 free throws here. And here the seniors will check back in. So Gavin Shumway's first one is up and is good. So Owen McCumber and Hadley Johnson will check in for Jet Longwell and Ellis Weber. Gavin Shumway will have an opportunity at a second free throw here. 16-point lead for the Bulldogs. Second one is up, no good. McCoy Longwell goes up, tries to get a rebound. He'll get boxed out by Wambeck. Looks like he got the wind knocked out of him and hit the nose, so McCoy Longwell will come out. Excuse me. Caden Gerber will come in for him. And that foul was on, looks like they called that one on Joel Padilla as well, so it'll be his fourth foul. Well, no, I'm sorry. They called that on McCoy. That is his fourth foul. Obviously, it wasn't on Lovell when they get the ball. Sheeler with the 3, shot is up, no good. Cord Cimarron gets it, a cheer for Owen McCumber from the crowd as they're looking to probably try to get him the ball and get him a shot. Canyon tries to pass it in to Owen McCumber, and the ball gets knocked away, and Gavin Cimarron with the ball. As Lovell Bulldogs do kind of a bench clearing here, and they're going to put in a number of their players as well. Some of them are on my paper and some of them are not, so I apologize if I don't get all of them called out here. Ball goes into Hadley Johnson. Hadley will pass it over to Gavin. Gavin over to Canyon. Canyon gets screen and roll over to Cord. Cord will get it into Gavin. Screen and roll there from Cord. Owen McCumber shoots three, gets blocked by Walker, ends up with Cord. Cimarron gets a rebound.
Nice putback by Cimarron.
Yeah, way to stick with it here as Bulldogs bring it up. Mangus with the ball. He'll try to pass it into Owen. Gavin Shumway almost knocks it away. Walker will get it. And Owen McCumber comes down with the rebound. Hadley Johnson will bring it up, pass it up over to Canyon. Canyon getting a screen from Owen. Cord Cimarron will get it. He'll pass it over.
Crowd's calling for Owen. Unfortunately, he's being guarded by the biggest guy on the floor. I think Walker's like 6'6", with an arm span that's 6'8".
Right. And he did a good job of getting a head fake in and driving in, just dribbled it off his foot and went out of bounds. So with 26 seconds left here, 62-48, Lovell Bulldogs. Hadley Johnson gets a steal, and he's going to go up and miss the lay-in at the front of the rim as Bulldogs get the rebound here. They're going to, tough defense here by the Bobcats still, not to finish it off too easy. Romero with the ball. He'll pass it over to Mangus. Looks like that'll end it for the Bobcats. So end of the game here. Bobcats 48, Lovell Bulldogs 62. We will take a quick break and we'll be right back with the Click It or Ticket post-game show right after this.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
And we're back here with the Click It or Ticket post-game show. I'm Kevin Gerber. Travis Bomengen unfortunately had to leave real quick as he's on call, and so he had to leave real quick, but that's all right. We'll finish up the post-game show here. Bobcats lose to the Lovell Bulldogs 48-62, and it was a tough game. They played them really good in the first quarter, only down by one. Came out, had a tough second quarter being outscored 24-13. Bobcats actually outscored them 14-13 in the third quarter, and then got outscored 14-11 for a 14-point deficit to end the game. But again, a fun night of seniors being celebrated. The 6 players, McCoy Longwell, Hadley Johnson, Gavin Shumway, Corbin Simmerall, and Owen McCumber. Just want to thank them for all their efforts towards the Bobcat basketball team. Also, my daughter, Isabella Gerber, also being celebrated tonight, as she was the manager for the boys basketball team for the past 4 years as well. So fun to see them all be celebrated as well. And as far as for this post-game show, we're going to move right into the stats for the game presented by One Eye Buffalo. And we'll take a look here at the Lovell Bulldogs. Again, a number of their players scoring with as well. Blake Wilson and Owen Walker, each with 4 apiece. Davin Crosby, Joel Padilla, and Carter Lundberg all with 7. Trey Weinbeck with 10, and leading scorers for the Lovell Bulldogs was Parker Anderson, who ended up with 16. So anytime you can get 10 of your 12 players to score, that's huge. And so it was another good showing by the Lovell Bulldogs. Coach Shane Durchke, he does a great job of getting all his players in. Lots of scoring all the way around. Good rotations there as well. So, and like we said, Joel Padilla kind of ran the show there as far as running the offense. Does a good job at passing the ball and everything. Owen Walker, just a freshman, does a great job. He did a lot on the board, so 4 points, but he did a lot cleaning up on the rebounds as well. As far as for the Bobcats, ended up with 6 in the book. Cody Bomengen ended up 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 1 point. Zach Hasty ended up with 3 points in the game, as he went 1 of 2 from the free throw line and then hit a bucket as well. 3 points for him. Cord Simmerall ended up with 15. Gavin Shumway ended up with 18. Canyon Gerber knocked down a 3 in the fourth quarter for 3, and McCoy Longwell had 6 in the game. So yeah, it was a tough game again for the Bobcats against the Bulldogs, you know, as they came out and played. But again, a better showing than what they had last time, being beat 66-33, so a little bit better here in this showing. So was glad to see that. Also, again, I have to apologize for my voice, as you've probably been able to tell if you've been listening. It's been deteriorating as the nights went on. I actually feel fine, just don't sound very good. So as we move forward, want to thank again One Eye Buffalo for the stats of the game and our Click It or Ticket post-game show as well, and all of our sponsors, as none of this is possible if we don't have all of the sponsors doing this. Those of you listening on KDNO 101.7, just appreciate you spending some time with us this evening, and then also those of you on YO Today Media on YouTube, appreciate you spending some time with us as well, and able to do that. If you haven't hit the notification on there, that'll let you know anytime we play. We'll be playing again tomorrow, I believe. JV games start at 1 tomorrow, and then they'll proceed after that. So I believe 4 and 5:30 are the varsity games, but I'm not positive. So, excuse me. So we'll continue with that, and then we'll be at regionals, and regionals is in Mountain View this year. Going to play some games there as well. We'll have to see how this weekend shakes out. As of today, it kind of looked like we're either going to probably be paired up against either Lander or Lyman, so we'll just have to kind of wait and see where we end up there. But again, want to thank you for spending some time with us, and before I close this out for the evening, I'd like to announce our Papa Murphy's and Gatorade players of the game. And you know, it's hard not to want to celebrate all the seniors, just because, you know, want to be able to celebrate all of them, and they were presented some nice gifts and everything this evening as well. And so, again, we kind of just want to talk about those seniors, McCoy Longwell, Hadley Johnson, Gavin Shumway, Cord Simmerall, Corbin Simmerall, and Owen McCumber. Just, again, want to thank them. Isabella Gerber, And then also for the girls team, JC Bassey and Ruth Ann Johnson, a fun way to celebrate them in front of a big home crowd, so enjoyed doing that as well. So tonight, though, for our Papa Murphy's Player of the Game, that's going to go to Gavin Shumway. Nice to see him come out and have a big game on senior night. Ended up with 18 points, ended up kind of flying around, ended up on the floor a few times, just playing hard, going after the ball. And then for our Gatorade Player of the Game, that's going to go to Cord Cimarel, as he was just right behind him with 15 points. Scored 7 of his 15 in the fourth quarter, so a good game there. And Gavin, with his 18 points, scoring 7 of those 18 in the second quarter, which was an important quarter for us. We trailed that one pretty big, so it was good to have him scoring some big shots in that one as well. So that'll do it for us tonight for Bobcat basketball. We'll see you tomorrow in Powell. Travis Bomengen will not be able to be there tomorrow, so it'll just be me. So look forward to it, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a safe evening, drive home safe, and we'll see you soon.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit Gotchi